27th. Get more info at realradio.fm/dogwash and see you at Sunset Park in Mount Dora.
Hey, Orlando, it's official. Fall is here, and that means it's shopping season. Have you shopped the value of your used car? GimmeTheVin.com is bullish on used cars, and now is the time to get the most money for your used car from GimmeTheVin.com. If you wait another month, you're going to get less than you can get right now. Sell your car for the most money at GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage. NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Looking for a new adventure? Then head to your local McDonald's for the new Epic Universe Mix, a mix of frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry and frozen Sprite Lemonade. Purchase a large Epic Universe Mix and you could win tickets to the new Universal Epic Universe theme park at Universal Orlando Resort. Drink in the wonders of an awesome new chill for a limited time at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, no purchase necessary. Visit promotion.coke.com/Epic Universe giveaway for official rules. Fanta and Sprite Lemonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Back to school got you tight on cash? McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites like a rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3.50. Or grab the iconic snack wrap for just $2.99. That's right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's under $4 McValue menu? There's something for every appetite, every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
The accident wasn't your fault, so why should you be burdened with the medical bills? This is Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get overwhelmed by mounting medical bills. I'll fight to ensure that the responsible party pays what you're owed. Injured on the go? Don't wait. Visit justcallmo.com.
Kicks for Cancer with Real Radio 104.1 on the Monsters of the Morning is happening at Johnny's Other Side. Starting September 19th, it's a Friday. Drop off your gently worn, used, or new shoes. We will say thank you with a free Yingling or a Surfside Vodka iced tea or a lemonade. Then join the Kicks for Cancer happy hour on Wednesday, September the 24th at 4 o'clock. It's going to be a great time. All the monsters are going to be there.
Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a nice, relaxing weekend. Time to do another week of great shows. What's up? Not gonna lie, this is a slow Monday for me. This is gonna be one of them slow ones. But if you missed out, check my Instagram for Kobe cuteness. It is a must-watch. Let's do this thing.
Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, September 15th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from fired over Charlie Kirk to anime fans show their power at the box office, and controversy erupts over the Emmys donation stunt, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
It's a slow one.
It's Monday. I haven't felt a Monday like this in months.
Yikes, guys. Jeez. All right.
I don't know. I mean, people can relate, right?
Just dragging along. What's going on with you guys? You got an emergency? We got like just regular old Garfield Mondays thing going on?
Oh, no. I'm loaded up with caffeine right now. I'm jump starting this thing like a defibrillator.
Yeah, like a teenager, this kid. Yeah, it starts his day with a Mountain Dew. Gets fired.
I've been reminded all weekend that I'm very much not a teenager. It's not a thing.
Oh, did you try to party a little too hard for your birthday weekend?
It was my birthday, and then there was other birthdays. You know, it was a whole thing.
Happy birthday. How you doing, Sean?
I'm hanging in there. I'm good. I mean, we lost power in the middle of the night, which makes me so mad because
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, the power goes out, and it was out for about 45 minutes, and then boof, you hear it come back on. You're like, yes.
And then none of your devices are connected and not working.
And then it goes back off. Oh. And then I go, are you kidding me?
So
then,
were you awake when you lost it?
No, it woke Courtney up, and I'm not coming at her or anything here. But she's like, the power went off. And I'm like, I was sleeping. And so it woke me up, and I was awake for like 4 hours because the power went off. And then you're right, I got to like reset so many things, and this goes on, and that. These are my tiny little problems. Don't worry about it.
I did not lose power last night, but
Thank you.
I think I did have one of the more annoying dreams. I kept dreaming that I had never gotten to sleep and that I was like massively tired and was not going to be like, I don't know who dreams that. Like I literally dreamt.
Old men.
That I hadn't gone to sleep.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, you're there now.
Or is this a dream, C-Lane?
It could be. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to, somebody sent this into tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We go to NASCAR.
Yeah.
As if I wasn't already watching, friend who sent this over. I mean, I'm tuned into the NASCAR world. I love Dick Trickle and Cole Trickle and
the whole Trickle family
Dale.
of NASCAR.
Dale
Earnhardt Jr.
That would be the one.
I thought he was retired. I didn't know. So, yeah, I don't watch a lot, but this was something that they sent over. And they said, this is the national anthem for NASCAR was done by all of the kids of the NASCAR racers.
Oh.
If this doesn't touch your heart, you're not a human. Well, human test incoming. Let's see what we got. Quick note. Did we not do a run through of this? Did we not get all the kids on board? Because there's a kid still back on, say can we?
Any adult was in charge, they're like, all right, we want you to just scream the words.
Some little kid, there's a little kid close to the microphone.
Doesn't matter. Go for it. Daddy's rich.
Can you see? It's like
nobody thought to bring a pitch pipe.
Nothing. They don't know that.
Where they when you start a group of people singing together and you just give them the first note, like,
Can you see?
He said, if this doesn't touch you to your core, you're not a human. I don't know. Maybe I'm failing the test. Maybe I am.
You're not alone, because that is my nightmare.
It sounds like
you want to get
everybody-
terrorists to tell you war secrets.
This is it.
Play that on a loop.
Just blast this at their
Respectfully.
at the enemy combatants, I guess.
All right, keep playing it.
Come on, pull it together.
The kid's not even singing.
He doesn't even want to be there.
There's one kid that's too close to the microphone.
Yeah, and he doesn't know the word ramparts, because I don't know what he said there, but it sounded like lamparts. I'll go back.
Was that a sigh? Or?
Lamparts. Garbage.
Bring it home.
Drown him out with a jet or something, please. Okay, all right.
The technology is available to auto-tune them just a little bit. A little reverb.
Have. Yeah, could have put something on the
Honestly,
mic. Could have like what
get
do they
another
call
kids'
it?
choir audio going.
Put a little juice on the mic. I don't know what they call it. Sometimes they give you like a little reverb, a little
spice.
echo,
Give it a little
spice. Get a little spice in the mic. No spice for those kids.
Or just
That was his
unplug the
plan.
mics.
just pretend. Just play one of the greats doing it.
Is this what our founding fathers wanted?
They would have shut down the country. It's like, drop the pen.
You know what?
No John
though?
Hancock.
Imagine being like, the racers
Mm-hmm.
and get into someone else's head saying, was that your out of tune kid? Woof. See ya.
Yeah, it was a cute idea. Like the idea of it was cute, but then the rest of it was not great. Tanya says, "I'd rather hear them than some of the adults who butcher it." I don't know. The kids have a different there's a certain pitch to those kids, which makes it a little more annoying. I
It
think.
would be a fun way to roast the other racers afterwards. Be like, hey, I bet that was your kid that said lamparts. What an idiot.
Or the guy with no kids is like, see ya, bye. Wins.
Lamparts. What the hell? That sounds graphic. Vile, kid. Get
Or
with
delicious.
it. What's happening? Anyhow, congrats to all the folks out there running around the oval in their cars. And I'm sure somebody won, and I'm sure it was a great time. But yeah, that's how it goes. I was too busy watching the Emmy Awards last night. Yeah.
I forgot they were on.
Only watched about 10 minutes or so, but I did watch it enough because Sealand was like, I think the Emmys are on tonight. And I'm like, okay. And I
only caught the very end of it. We were watching other stuff.
I turned my attention to it for 5 seconds, and I said, "Oh, what have they done here? Oh, what have they done here?" There was that Nate Bargatze guy, the comedian Nate Bargatze, and he wanted to be purposely apolitical, which is, I think, smart. You know what I mean?
The man doesn't curse either.
Just get out there and do some jokes and do a fun show and do a creative show. And he was very creative about one thing. And it had some people mad, but I just thought it was genius. Now, instead of like playing music when people go on too long for their speech or lowering the microphone into the stage, as is a new technique, they decided to put a counter up on the screen. And there was donations that were supposed to go to the Boys and Girls Club. And for every second you talk over your time, the donations drain out of the number. And so it would be
You're
like
taking
80,000.
away from the kids?
Yeah, they're like
So
one step away from having like a little like starving Marvin on the screen and you're pulling the food out of his mouth. You know, like,
there was another layer to this where it was if you went under your allotted time for a acceptance speech, he would donate more money and add money to the pot. So for, if you were encouraged to keep it quick because then the kids would get more money.
Right.
And if you went on for too long, the less money.
But some of the people would be talking, they'd be going past their time. I want to thank my director. I would like to thank the producers and the writers. And then you're watching the money just drain out of the Boys and Girls Club account.
So obviously some actors, actresses, and everyone that is involved in an Emmy award ignored that.
A couple.
Riddle me this for 2026. bring in those national anthem kits.
I think it's
oh gosh, I'll shut it down.
I think it's a hilarious bit, but also I would be annoyed if it was like a first time nomination and I won an Emmy and I was like, wait. This is my time. Like this is my.
I would drain every dime out of those kids' mouths. I would be like, I would also like to thank. It's just dwindling. Boys and girls clubs are going bankrupt across the country. I'm talking for so long.
Allow me, now that I have thanked a bunch of people, allow me to say this next thing very slowly.
Since the dawn of
time, the boys and girls, and F their stupid club.
One time, way back in the day, when I was delivering water, we had a Boys and Girls Club facility that we delivered water to. And the little kids that were there.
And now they don't get their water anymore because, what's his nuts from one show had to go on for, I don't know who won anything. I don't know the guy from the pit. I saw him win something.
When I would go to this place, this Boys and Girls Club, the little kids were bullies. They were mean. These little kids, these little bastards. They had a racquetball. They hit me with a racquetball a couple of times. And then I thought, like, I was 20, I think. I thought, I can't, like, chase down a bunch of kids at the Boys and Girls Club. I'll probably end up in a headline or something. It doesn't look good. So I would probably just slowly tell that story as all of the money drained out of the Boys and Girls Club account. Just down
it's
to
just
zero.
Club now.
What a smart idea, though. That's a fun bit, right? Like, I mean, and of course he donates the money afterwards, and they just roll along with it. But that's a clever thing where you say, how do we do something about this? And all these Hollywood celebrities, for all the things that they want, they don't want to look like they're taking money from some charity. So it's like kryptonite to them. Every single one of them tries to go faster, save for a few. And by the way, I have to say, a lot of these shows, and a lot of the stuff that won is garbage that nobody watched. A lot of these shows that end up getting awards, you're like, what? I'm hearing this for the first time now. What is this? But Owen Cooper from Adolescence won. And
the little kid?
That 15 years old now, won an Emmy for acting.
That's
and
his
it
first
was his first role. Yeah, like
real man.
Honestly, Owen Cooper, if you're out there somewhere, I need you to take a little break and reset your expectations, because for the first time out, you really kind of hit a home run here. And if you didn't see Adolescence, there's some parts of it that were like whatever, but so much of it was really good acting. Just like, I mean, this kid never acted in his life.
And it was also a show that they did in 2 takes.
Yes, yeah. Just straight through. Like completely straight through recording of the show. It is really, really, really hard to act that way. And it's so crazy. And almost, I think, in many ways, it is a broadside shot at the people in Hollywood who take themselves so seriously. And this kid pops up, gets in his first production, and puts on a display like that. Like he did a better job than 3/4 of Hollywood. So congrats to him, 15 years old, youngest ever male winner of an acting Emmy. Who cares about that part? But it's just very impressive for a young guy.
What show were you talking about that nobody's watched?
I don't know. There was like 5 or 6 awards where I saw them go up and read out the things. I'm like,
Demon
what is
Hunters
this?
win anything? Oh no, it's probably too late.
No, the anime thing, that one I at least would know of. But there were shows on there that I'm like, what is this? Never heard of this in my life. I know that the studio got a lot. We'll probably get into something else in the next episode on this, because I really didn't pay too much of attention to it. So maybe there were some crazy moments. But the studio from Seth Rogen got a bunch. I've never seen an episode of that, but I know that one's a little more popular.
It's pretty good.
There were some shows that I was like, what is this? Never heard of this in my entire life. But there you go. If you watch that and you have any thoughts, if there was anything you liked, you didn't like, misses, hits, let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Meanwhile, on Sabrina's note there, at the box office this weekend, the anime kids came out in force. They wanted to show you non-anime people how many of them there are.
Naruto what?
Or a lot of them, okay? Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which is an anime. It's not even in English. It's dubbed, or actually, I think it's subtitled. $70 million, number one at the box office this weekend. These
In the
anime
US?
kids, in the United States of America at the box office, number one over The Conjuring this weekend was Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, a subtitled anime. And it's just insane how many of you are out there that love this stuff. You have been minimized for the entirety of your adult lives. People have mocked you and made a joke out of what you find to be a solid craft and what you find to be an art that you care about. And people hate the anime kids. But look at you. Look at you go. Look how many of you there are. The horror kids ain't got nothing on you.
I still hate you. I still don't
Why?
care.
For what?
Don't care to watch any anime.
These anime kids are keeping the box office alive, baby. $70 million for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Your grandpa would have had a heart attack at the movie theater. What are all these little Japanese characters flying around? What is going on here? This ain't even English here on the screen. $70 million. Conjuring
my grandfather was in World War II, so I could see that happening.
You might be upset. Conjuring Last Rites in at number 2 with $26 million. I can't believe this many of you people were tired and looking for a place to sleep in the movie theater. Downton Abbey, $18 million in third place. Outdoing The Long Walk, by the way.
Really?
That is crazy. Downton Abbey grand finale. I guess there's some hardcore fans of the Downton Abbey stuff.
People really loved it. It never grabbed my attention enough. Like, I think I tried Downton Abbey like 1 or 2 episodes, and it just wasn't getting me.
I still don't know what it is.
It's
Back
old,
in the day,
slow.
PBS?
Yeah. No, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's on PBS. I don't know. It's just very, very slow. The Long Walk was in at number 4. Re-release of Toy Story at number 5.
Ooh.
Weapons number 6. Hamilton number 7. Freaky Friday number 8. And
It's freakier.
Spinal Tap, Freakier Friday. Spinal Tap 2 only made $1.6 million.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
After all that hype. Decades of hype. That's weird. That's opening weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then what they said was, it was the guy who's behind this.
Christopher Guest?
Christopher Guest. It was his second biggest movie at the box office. And I looked and I was like, oh, this guy's movies don't do anything at the box office.
They're cult classics.
Don't. Yeah, they get released. Everybody's waiting for them to come out on demand. People will watch them over and over and over again for fun at home, but they don't do very well. It was also funny to look at the demographics of it, which I guess I should have kind of pictured in my head. But when I was looking through this, they were talking about, hang on, let me go down to it in this Deadline article. Here it is. The new release Spinal Tap 2, the audience demos were, I think it was 75% male. Oh, here it is. Okay. 74% guys, the people who bought tickets to this. So women did not care about Spinal Tap 2 at all. 74% guys, 60% of them over the age of 45. So older guys, 83% white, 8% Latino, 5% Asian, and only 1% black. Black dudes do not like this movie. They're Spinal Tap fans. They are not for some reason.
Now, Spinal Tap was trending, the original. So it makes me wonder, did they make more in royalties with people rewatching this than they did for opening weekend of Spinal Tap 2?
Would not be surprised if that was the case, but that's how that fared at the box office. Very quickly, before we take our first break and get all revved up for the show, we have a lot of things to talk about today. A quick challenge here for the two of you. Pick the better promo for a movie, because number 1 was Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, and during this movie, they had a mariachi band come out and play You Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story for some reason after the movie to delight the moviegoers who were watching the Dragon Slayer movie. Great outfits. They're all mariachi'd up, these guys.
Why You Got a Friend in Me?
I don't know.
Is there a mariachi band in the movie as well?
I was wondering, did they end up in the wrong theater? Because they did re-release Toy Story.
I'm getting the vibe that they did.
Maybe they're like, go in there after Toy Story gets done running. Go play You Got a Friend of Me. And they're
guys
like,
had
okay.
us for a whole hour.
See.
Maybe they just decided that they hired the mariachi band, but nobody's going to see Toy Story and everybody's going to see Demon Slayer. So they're like, well, we want you guys to have an audience, so why don't you go to this theater instead?
Here you go. And then this one was Stephen King, whose movie The Longest Walk was in theaters this weekend. He did a promo of him walking down the street for the movie, and I don't know.
Stephen King here, reminding you it's Sunday, but there's still time for you to walk to your nearest movie theater and see The Long Walk. Okay?
All right. Now, I know he got hit by a car at some point in time, but
How many times did he get hit by that car?
In the Long Walk, you have to keep going at a pace of like 3 miles an hour, and you gotta keep moving. This dude would be dead. He would be dead in his own long walk.
He's also terrifying. So I'm gonna go with mariachi band.
Yeah, it's the winner.
I'll vote 12 times, please.
It was fun, right? It was a fun little thing, and whether they were in the wrong theater or not.
But if you don't go see Long Walk, Stephen will haunt you forever. Okay,
He's a little ghoulish looking, that guy. He really is. All right, when we come back, we're going to get to the show full force for the week. We got somebody on television having to apologize. An apology forthcoming. We'll see what they said and what they apologized for. We're going to do you and your reaction. We got tons of things to go over, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print.
Hello. Hey, over here. Over here. Yeah. There you go. Good work. Hello, how are you, everybody? Welcome to Monday. Hello, everybody in chat. Come on in. Come on in. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope everything's good in your world. Question. What year is it? What year is it? Because I just got a message from Spectrum Mobile saying I've used 80% of my data and the data speed will be reduced when I hit 100%. What year is it that I have data limits on my phone? What year is it? Am I going to run out of like text messages or phone calls soon? What kind of dog shit plan is this that I'm on? Where at some point they have like a big handle that they put into the slow down position because I've used too much data? What is happening here? It's because you got Spectrum? Well, yeah, here I am. I mean, then it's like, hey, upgrade to Plus. Plus, Spectrum bills me 3 times per month because each thing is separate. Phones over here, internet over here, TV thing over here. 3 different times a month. I feel like I keep paying them. And they're like, oh, by the way, Mr. Greedy, using a little too much of that data. Insane. It's a lever? Maybe. Whatever it is. They're slowing my ass down. I agree, Sean. It's a racket, hate spectrum. I mean, I'm sure they're nice people over there, but it's just like, I thought we got over all this stuff. Like, I thought my phone service was just like, here's the deal. I'll give you like $50 a month, and then you give me access to all the things. All right? I don't want like, oh no, I'm running out of data. No. Not nice people? Oh boy. I use them as backup internet in the studio is one of the things that I do. Spectrum, hook a brother up. Put me on like the superstar plan, all right? Hit a button, make it so I don't have to worry about this. 2 minutes and we're coming back live on the show. They're an internet provider, not cell phone service. Yeah, but people do that thing now where they piggyback on some other provider's stuff and then they sell the service to everybody. Sean is a dinosaur? I don't know about that. Tanya, chill the F out with your data? I'm trying. Maybe it's because the power went out for like an hour last night. 90 seconds. This is Sean's free speech time? Well, yeah, you got to listen to whatever I got to rant about here. That's what it is. That's the deal with Skull Mike. We've got a skull, we got a microphone, we got a camera, and during commercial breaks, I got to unleash this on somebody. Thought the power never goes out there? No, it does. It just usually isn't out for too long. Because people have told me to get the whole home back up and get like a solar panel plan. And like, I lose power maybe for 24 hours during a hurricane or something. I've got backups everywhere. So like most of my stuff stayed on, but it's just not worth it for me to do much more. Okay, 45 seconds. We're coming back, everybody. You look great today, by the way. What is your electric bill? I got to pay it today. It's $700. It's out of control. I think I just drew on my pants. All right, we're coming back, everybody.
Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Hey, this is Matt Jones. I'm Drew Franklin, and this is NFL Cover Zero. We're just here to try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different.
Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game.
What was that? Oh, my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the news.
Here to fight through the week with you, and we'll be here every single day to keep you company for most of you for 4 hours, and love to do it. So if you want to learn more about the show, go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Lots to get into today. We got all these people getting canned, getting fired because they're posting stuff about Charlie Kirk, and now the people are putting like databases together of
I saw that.
Like tens of thousands of people, and you search for people.
Did you try
did they
it?
post something mean? I didn't go to that. I didn't go to it. But I've seen it out there, and I've seen a lot of people like videotaping themselves walking out after they get fired by their boss for some post celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. I've seen a bunch of it.
I saw a post just now that somebody had a spreadsheet, and it's not like hundreds of names. It's maybe like 60 to 80.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, I've only just begun creating this spreadsheet of people who said vile things about Charlie Kirk's assassination. So far, teachers and professors are by far the most represented. And it was reposted by Elon Musk, who said they are the ones poisoning the minds of our children.
That's a big signal boost there.
I go, well, yesterday, somebody pulled up what I think was an old tweet, and I'm going to have to find it to confirm. But Elon Musk had tweeted at some point where if you lose your job for something you put on X, he will defend you.
Oh, that's true. I remember that. You're right about that.
So
yeah,
it's like, somebody brought up that tweet and was like, hey, you guys remember this? Just keep a lookout.
Yeah.
So
no, I do remember that.
In one breath, Elon saying, sure, yeah, you will have the power of my lawyers to defend you for whatever you lost your job for. And then now it's like, no, these are poisoning our children.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's going on here is Republicans are like, well, you guys did this, and now it's like our turn or something to get revenge. That's what it feels like to me. And they don't care about like the hypocritical label, because it's like, well, so what are we going to do? Just we take shots and then we don't shoot back at you. That's why this whole thing doesn't seem like it's going to sort itself out anytime soon. I don't see. One thing that really was kind of heartwarming to me. Do you guys remember when there was a big culture war kerfuffle about a man who was, I think it might have been Henry Gates, but I could be wrong about that, who was a black professor, and he got locked out of his house. And then this white police officer came by and saw him trying to get into the window of the house, and the police officer was like, what are you doing? He thought there was something bad going on, but the guy's like, no, I'm just trying to get in my house. And there was a breakdown of communication, and they both like kind of blamed each other for handling it wrong. And then Obama invited them, after everything blew up viral, to the White House for what they called a beer summit. And both the guys had a beer, and they talked it out, and they like shook hands, and they left. And I thought about that this weekend, and I was like, I don't think there's any beer summits anytime soon.
No.
I don't think people are going to chit-chat. Like, okay, well, we hashed it out. I don't necessarily see that on the horizon.
Not beer in the world for that.
Probably not. No, you have to have quite a lot of alcohol, Michael Scott levels of alcohol to sort anything out. And even then, I think we might be past that time. But we did have an apology, and I always love to watch those, especially if they're not mine. And in this case, it was over Fox News host Brian Kilmeade, and he was talking about the hobo issue, talking about homeless stuff on Fox News. And this is the original clip, I think, that he's had to apologize for. Let's watch this together. Here we go. Let's see.
Feel so compassionate because you see the mental health crisis happening.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not our job. We shouldn't have to live in fear while they figure
First of all, as this other guy is talking about the homeless issue after the murder of that young Ukrainian woman in North Carolina, he's just like angrily, Brian Kilmeade from Fox News is just angrily staring at the camera. It's kind of odd. It's
Can't wait to say what I have to say.
Loaded up and ready to go. Like, damn, bro, what happened to your day?
And this is their morning show, isn't it?
This is the morning show,
Supposed
I
to be
believe.
fun with cups of Joe and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, he looks angry.
What's going on right there?
Right.
Put them in a mental institution, put them in a jail, and you guys figure it out. But people having to duck and dive on the trains and the buses, walking through the street. This is one case, but this is happening all across the country, and it's not a money issue. They have.
You feel like he's loaded up, ready to drop this bomb right now?
It looks like he is.
Like, don't say it, kill me. Don't
Does
say
it have the
it.
time on there? Like, did they just start the show?
It doesn't have it here.
It was 5 o'clock Mountain Time. So whatever,
7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, he's been sitting on this for a while.
Billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary.
Okay.
You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Hey, Brian, why did it happen?
Okay.
Now zoom in to the guy who was just talking. Who went,
The guy just got done with like a fairly eloquent spiel about how like they're not using the resources. What can we do about this? What can we? And then Brian Kilmeade, who was like really just boiling and powering up the whole time, goes, or involuntarily lethally inject them.
Not where I thought he was going. If I have to be honest.
Oh, let me go back.
No.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
The guy who was just talking is like, what?
He said he was going to say yes, and he went, yeah.
Involuntary lethal injection, my dude, I'm like with you on the hobo crisis. Okay, I'm out there, and I'm almost fringe on some of these things. I think I'm right, but I'm out there. But that is one of those ones where you go, okay, what got you fired up enough? Maybe this story, and it is like, well, I can't deal with it anymore. Involuntarily shoot them up with something that will kill them.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Just kill them. So
I don't even think the girl in the middle heard what he said. Why did it get to that? Why does it get to us having to murder all these people without them knowing?
It's just like dropping a bomb on the room. And I guess he apologized. So let's I'm always interested in a good apology. See if he is believable.
I like bad ones too.
Well, maybe it is a bad one. I don't know, Sealand. I don't know. This could be bad.
In the morning, we were discussing the murder of Irina Zaruska in Charlotte, North Carolina, and how to stop these kinds of attacks by homeless, mentally ill assailants, including institutionalizing or jailing such people so they cannot attack again. Now, during that discussion, I wrongly said they should get lethal injections. I apologize for that extremely callous remark. I'm obviously aware that not all mentally ill homeless people act as the perpetrator did in North Carolina, and that so many homeless people deserve our empathy and compassion.
Okay, now he's got the empathy and compassion. Before, he was like,
he still sounds so mad reading the teleprompter.
Like, he was one step away from setting up a Hunger Games for hobos and just letting them all fight it out. He's got one left afterwards. Well, there he is. I don't know. We can hear him out maybe, but he apologizes for that.
At least he didn't get just canned for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of surprised. A lot of people getting fired. A lot of people getting fired in the moment. I don't know what the overall number is, but I would say at least there's like dozens of concrete examples of people getting fired for posting stuff online.
Maybe Fox News said, hey, let's not fire him because I'm pretty sure somebody's going to say something about Kirk and we're going to have to oust them. And, we just can't have our roles be this low.
Yeah. By the way, people love to have like recency bias on this kind of stuff, but we do this all the time in the United States of America. Now, people on the left kind of co-opted this from early 2000s through the pandemic. And if you didn't adhere to a very strict set of whatever their political beliefs were, they would try to go after you or your advertisers, and they would cancel people. And then we talk about cancel culture and all those things that came out of that. But it's kind of a lot longer than that in America's history. Like, I remember after 9/11, there was a bunch of people who would come out and say something. And if you said something about 9/11 that wasn't like straight up on the message, there would be people descending on your doorstep. All right. And then people would say outlandish thing. Like, there was a professor, I forgot at what university he was at, but he said that the Twin Towers were full of little Eichmanns, which I'll let you look up, but it's, Nazi imagery that he's bringing to mind and saying like all of the people in the Twin Towers were legitimate targets, yada, yada, yada. And everybody lost their minds and they wanted to tar and feather this guy, and torches were lit and, fire him. And this, it's kind of an American tradition in so many ways.
And Bill Maher was in the crosshairs too for the comments about the suicide bombers.
And he was right.
Yeah.
That's the thing that gets me all the time. People will do this when people are right. Bill Maher said people are saying that suicide bombers are cowards. He's like, I mean, it's kind of like the ultimate thing to do to kill in the name of the craziness that you're trying to spread out there. A cowardly move would be doing virtually anything else, but he was right about what he was saying, but it's like trying to make a point that people don't want to hear. And we long for this sometimes. It's like this person said something and now we go after them. Now they lose their jobs. People are losing their jobs today. And I can understand it from a lot of different angles here. I understand, like, Republicans are like, so what? You guys did this for all these years and all these times and all these discussions, and now you're screaming my free speech? Now you think cancel culture is back? Like, people want revenge on that to a certain extent.
Okay.
I think.
Are we all adults here?
No.
Exactly.
No, not at
all. It's a vicious cycle until what? The world explodes? Yes. Cool.
Until maybe the idea is that if there's a round of retaliation, then that stops. But I don't believe that will work. I think it'll just be more of this, like, round and round we go. But I want to see what people think about that. So give us your thoughts today Let us know maybe if you've gotten in trouble or anybody at your work's gotten in trouble for posting. Send over a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or an email, tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. If you don't, we will forcefully, lethally inject you. Just kill you off. Just kill them off. When we come back, there is...
Why has it gotten to that point, John? I mean, really?
The craziest thing, man, of all of these stories that I've seen about like the Charlie Kirk stuff and the reaction, the one that I want to talk about very quickly when we come back is just such a wild ride. It's just such a wild ride. And what one person in particular has done is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
We're gearing up for a pleasant start to our week across Central Florida. I'm Fox 35.
Hello.
It's only a 20% chance of rain. We'll keep those lower chances of rain all the way through, say, tomorrow and maybe even into midweek before things do pick back up.
The brightness a little heavy on this.
Friday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dawson.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order.
Hang tight.
Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Listen, I know, guys, you look around your house at potential things to upgrade, and your windows don't automatically get to the top of that list because you go, what? I get new windows. What do I have to show for it? Well, for one, lower energy costs. If you still have your
How's that?
single pane windows,
Is that better? Better or worse?
It's going to be leaking out during the summer, and you're going to be spending more on your cooling costs. You need to protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors, trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct hurricane impact windows that are also going to save on your energy costs. And most installs from Reese are done in less than 8 weeks.
No, Sean, you're not that bright.
Free windows.
Good one, buddy.
$5,000.
Good one.
Absolutely free.
I'll never recover.
You pick up your phone, you text the word WOW to 20129. If you've already done that before, you're automatically eligible for that upgrade to $25,000 in new.
What's is those your shoes?
That's WOW to 20129.
You got a shirt.
I got what?
A shirt.
A shirt. What shirt did I get? You know what's crazy about those shoes? They look exactly the same as the shoes you're replacing.
Yeah, but they're a new model. They're the new year model.
You didn't
Look
need
how much traction.
It's the same amount of traction.
Nuh-uh, mine were flat at the bottom.
You change your shoes too frequently.
You're supposed to do it if you're a runner, 3 to 6 months.
Every 3 months?
3
new
to
shoes?
6, I did 6 months.
3 months is crazy. 6 months is crazy.
No, it's not. I'm on my feet a lot.
How many miles did you put on them?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to use those. I think I'm going to use the new ones.
They won't fit your big feet.
Whoa! That's feet cysts. See you later, alligator.
I'm going for a run.
Okay, be safe. In your new shoes. Psychos celebrating murder deserve what they get. I mean, there's some pretty terrible people. I have 2 theories on this, okay? Tell me which one you think is correct. When it comes to a lot of people posting this kind of stuff, sort of glorifying the shooter, celebrating the death of somebody, I think that these people fit in one of 2 categories. Category 1, I think there's a decent amount of people who have been warped by living life behind this screen, and they view all their political people and opponents as like characters in a game. And so when Charlie Kirk dies, it's like Voldemort dying or Scar dying in The Lion King. And you're like, my foe has been slain. And it's like a thing in a screen, a little character instead of an actual person. And my other theory is actually we shouldn't excuse it with that. And these are just mentally ill, BPD people, histrionic people, people with all of the issues in the DSM antisocial people, and it just so happens they're also online with us. I think it's those two groups that do this kind of stuff. 45 seconds. Watson, please tell Courtney she has a sexy voice. Back off, man. Back off. All right, folks, we're coming back right now. Buckle up. Get comfortable. This is the most unhinged reaction of all, by the way. Unhinged.
SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about good mayo, Duke's mayo. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's mayo in store. It's got twang.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the news.
Us just hanging out, looking at everything happening in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show by going over to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. This is, without a doubt, the most unhinged reaction I think I've seen to all of the Charlie Kirk stuff. If you're burnt out on that, we'll get to a lot of other things today, including Amy Coughel coming up. But I just had to share this with you because this is just so absolutely insane. There's a teacher that got in trouble, and there really is a lot of the people who have been writing about this and saying stuff about this that have indeed been teachers, which is kind of concerning. But this was a teacher in Canada, and the teacher was from a French class. It was like a French investigation or a French immersion class. All right. Oh. That's what the actual class was. And hold on, I've got the letter from the school that I want to bring up here in just a moment so you can definitely see what's going on. So this was Corvette Junior Public School in Canada.
That sounds fun.
This teacher on Friday has a classroom going, again, in a French immersion class of all places. And the teacher puts the Charlie Kirk assassination video on for the kids.
Oh, what?
Who are 10 and 11 years old.
Ooh, yeah.
Just what, in a loop or all different angles? What was the point of that?
The teacher claimed afterwards to have only played it once, but the students are saying it was playing in a loop while the teacher was on an anti-fascist rant.
The teacher, she misspoke. She only hit play once, and she's never hit stop, and it looped and looped and looped.
I think it was a he. I think it was a male teacher.
How dare you assume my gender?
This guy started ranting about like trans issues and anti-fascist issues, and he's showing the Charlie Kirk assassination video.
Canada's definition of immersion is so different.
I mean, just like unhinged. Could you imagine? Like, you got a substitute teacher one day, and they go, "Kids, here's what we got for you today. I'm going to toss on Faces of Death, and I'm going to rant about politics the whole time. So buckle up. I know you're 10 and 11, but we're about to watch this sucker up close and in person." And that's what they did. And they had to send this letter home to the parents. It says, "Dear parents, guardians, caregivers of French immersion grade 5 and 6, 5th and 6th graders, kids, little kids, we are writing to inform you that an incident that is reported to have taken place in your child's class yesterday is true. During class, students were said to have been shown a portion of the violent video in response to questions being asked about a recent tragic event in the United States." So to one of those 10-year-olds be like, "What happened to Charlie Kirk?" And the teacher says, "I'll show you. Here's that up-close video of his windpipe blasting out. And let me show you that a couple of times while I rant about my crazy politics here." They said the video is believed to have been shown once, the staff member claims. The kids say otherwise. supervising the class, who is not the homeroom teacher. So this is not the actual teacher. It's like a substitute that was in. While an investigation must still be conducted to learn all of the details, the report of this incident is extremely troubling and completely unacceptable. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say you shouldn't show snuff films to 10 and 11-year-old kids in a French class. I'd say that might be out of bounds. We recognize the seriousness of this matter and have taken immediate steps to follow all appropriate policies and procedures. The teacher has been relieved of all teaching responsibilities pending the outcome of the investigation and will not be at the school. I also want to assure you our top priority is supporting students. Social work support has been made available to the school today, but the kids got to go in and trauma dump on some counselor or something that they bring into the classroom. Like, please, kids, tell them what you felt like when you watched the guy get shot during the debate. How did you feel when you saw that guy get shot and killed? So there they go. They're working on it all. It's just nothing strange at all about this French immersion class for fifth grade kids, sixth grade kids. We're just watching the Charlie Kirk video.
Didn't school just start like a month ago?
They haven't been in for long.
No. I think it's super odd whenever they use the term relieved when they fire somebody. Like, we've relieved the teacher of her duties, his duties. We've relieved that officer of his duties. And it's like, like a weight has been taken off their shoulder. I don't think it's a huge relief for them.
It's a relief for the kids.
Job. Yeah,
the kids are relieved that they don't have to watch this video anymore. I don't want to see the video.
They'll be watching it in their heads for years to come. Come on.
Like a little 10-year-old kid in the classroom going, okay, what are we doing today? We're going to learn about chrysalis and...
How do you say trauma in French?
We're going to learn about pupa stage and caterpillars? Nope, no. I'm going to rant about all my politics, and then I'm going to put the Charlie Kirk assassination video into the classroom. Like, wow, man, I don't know. It's a little bit concerning seeing how some people are reacting to this. And I was talking a little bit about this on Skull Mike. Like, I really put the people who are doing this, a lot of the people who are ending up, getting fired and stuff for it, I put them into two categories. One category, which I think is maybe a little bit smaller, category one, is people who I think have warped their minds because they view the world through their phone. They view the world through the screen that is in their hands, this little screen that they're carrying along with them. And their political opponents are like, it's fiction. You know what I mean? It's like you dehumanize them because it's just your opponent that you fight on your phone in this weird political war that you're in. And when they die, it's like, I think I said Mufasa dying or Voldemort dying or something. And you're like, oh, we've defeated the bad guy, right? Like, it was like watching the bad guy get killed in whatever television show you watch. And you've so disconnected yourself from the reality of like, oh, that's a person, that's a human being, right? That people have lost the plot. I think that's some portion of people. I think the other portion of people is literally the thing we don't consider, and that is all the mentally ill people on planet Earth, people with borderline personality disorder, people with, all sorts of anti-personal disorder or, antisocial personality disorder, all of these different things, they get to go on the internet too. All right. They get to use the internet too. And now, instead of them having like little conversations that nobody hears, all the conversations are blasted out to the world. And so we just hear every dumb thing from every crazy person, and it gets amplified because it's crazy and people go, this is horrific, and they put it on display. I think that those people are, you can't excuse what they're doing as much. I mean, maybe you could excuse it for like mental illness or something, but I think that's what's behind these kind of posts, a lot of them. I think it's people who either have some sort of mental issue like that, or people who have just disconnected themselves from the reality that is life. We just view it all as a game that we're playing through our phone. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or send an email, tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. I believe we have our friend Amy Coughel joining us when we come back. We got to talk to her. We got to talk about, there's these young kids that went into a school and like demolished the place over the weekend. If you've seen any of this.
Senior prank.
They went a little while early for these senior pranks. I don't know what they were doing here, but wait till you see what these kids are up to. We'll talk about that. We'll talk with Amy Coughel. We'll move on with a whole bunch of stuff here on a Monday show. And that is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
The Real Radio Bucks Bus, presented by TK Law, is getting ready to roll. This season, we're going to see...
Hello. All right, how's that? Does that look better? I think it looks a little sharper.
Kids for Cancer, we're already 104.1 on the watch.
But I'm all for your input.
Starting September 19th, it's a Friday.
I'm all for your thoughts on how it looked. Also, I realize if I get too close, I'm very poorly lit up in here. Sean needs a tan? Oh, come on. I got some sun on me. I've been getting out there walking a lot, even though I don't know how this is working, but I am probably up 7 pounds in the past month. I gotta get it under control. The goal is 190 something before the roast. Under 200 before the roast. That's 13 pounds. I can do it. I can do it. Well, I've been running. I'm still running. Yeah, the first thing I'm trying to do is like build up stamina and run a mile here, there. But I go like, I pretty much average 10,000 plus steps a day, 10 to 12,000 steps. Sean, come lift weights with me. I'm not allowed in the gym. I'm considered a weapon in several states, so I have to be very careful. I think you actually look pretty fit, Sean. There must be some generous lighting today. What I have that's annoying is if I put on a couple extra pounds, I think hold most of my weight in my neck, but in my upper body a little bit, and then my shirts will start to like float up a little bit on my back. Hate it. Cannot stand it. Sean, the same thing that enables you to cut people down or maybe talk down to them through your YouTube channel is the same thing that protects people from saying stupid things on the internet. Why are you under the impression that people are protected for saying stupid things on the internet? Why are you under that impression? Two minutes and we're back live. And we got Amy Coughel. The very, very talented Amy Coughel will be joining us next. You could walk on a treadmill as you do the show. No. I should have my tracker on. I get some steps doing it. Oh, I do have my tracker on. It's on my phone. Doing this, I'm, walking around like that comedian. Who's that comedian on Kill Tony that's like, punchline, punchline, punchline. That guy. Nothing's exceptionally funny, but he's just moving fast. Love Amy? Me too. She's the best. She's connecting right now. Sean, have you chafed your nipples by all the running you've been doing? No. In real life, you'll get some knuckles to the eye if you talk smack to somebody in their face. Me?
I wouldn't say anything to you through this camera that I wouldn't say right to your face. You could believe me on that or not. I don't, The thing is, if I see something in chat that's going after my point or coming after me personally, and then I go after that person, isn't it kind of weird to put that on me like I'm the unhinged one? You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to make an argument about something. I'm trying to, lay out my thoughts on a thing, and then somebody like does the equivalent of a fart and says, "Yeah, well, you're a fucking MAGA fan" or something. And then I respond to that person, and then who's the unhinged one? You know what I mean? That's kind of a weird way to look at it. 1 minute. Hassan Piker streams about murdering Republicans with 1.7 million followers on YouTube. He doesn't stream on YouTube. He streams on Twitch. But, yeah, I mean, I don't want some big manhunt for people who have said offensive things. I wish people would just, be decent. You know what I mean? I wish you didn't have to sort of enforce these things with dumb witch hunts. But turnabout is fair play. I can't expect people not to do that when you've literally done that to their side. That's why I don't see this stopping anytime soon. Okay, we're coming back, everybody. Here we go. Stand by and stand down.
Or justcallmo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio 104.1.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the
newsroom, and we're glad to have you on board. If you miss any of the show, always remember that you can go to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com, and get the podcast links right there. It's Monday, and it's time we get to hang out with our friend. This is Amy Coughel from Fox 35.
Hi, guys.
Look at her.
How's
Amy
it going?
Good,
Happy
good,
Monday.
good. How was your weekend, Amy K?
It was good. It was good. It was pretty chill.
Mm-hmm.
I did an event on Saturday, which was kind of cool. It was it was Orlando Health Women's Symposium, where they tackled women's health topics, and one of the best ones. We did a bunch of different panels that women could ask questions, and one of them was taboo topics, things that
how was that
talk about.
All right.
So it was really interesting. So it was good. It was fun. We had a good time. Went out for dinner on Saturday night. We went to Barcata. Have you tried
I've
Barcata
heard of it.
on Fairbanks?
I haven't. No.
Moore Park. It was good. It was really good. It's like Japanese fusion. It's super small. The restaurant's really tiny, so
very intimate.
So you can't fit a lot of people in there. But it was yummy.
I
so it was
also
good.
enjoyed some Japanese food over the weekend.
Oh, Amy, you got to see this
did?
video.
I think she might have. I don't know if you.
Oh my gosh, I saw it. Okay, and I'm glad you brought it up because I want you to share your story because I have a funny story to share too about that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, just that we brought Jackson to Kobe for the first time.
This is I've seen these videos before, compilations of baby's first time.
Their first onion volcano or their first fire, and he
so cute.
He
Can he even eat anything there?
Yeah, we got him stuff off the kids menu. They actually have really good food that's not cooked in front of you.
Oh.
I've only ever at Kobe eaten food that is cooked right, and it's the teppanyaki stuff, the classic stuff.
That or the chef will chew it up and then spit it into the baby's mouth.
That's the next level presentation they're going for.
He got super excited when the fire happened at the other table, but then when it was our table and he could feel the actual heat coming off, he leaned away from it just
oh my God,
a
his
bit.
little shake was so cute. He's I don't know what to do right now.
Did he look like the guy who, when the Phillies Karen was yelling at him, when he's like, a little bit,
but also
he's so much cuter.
Towards the end, he kept wanting to stare at it, but also it was warming him up quite a deal, I think.
Well,
He left well
It
done.
was super cute. It was so cute.
So, Amy, I thought about you this past week, and because your kids are very into swimming and different events in the pool and stuff, and we have a high school by us, and I'll tell you what, when they're playing football, the crowd is like a little bit wild. When they're playing baseball, the crowd gets like a little bit wild. I did not know this, but when they're doing the swim meets, the crowd is bat-ass insane at those events. I had no idea. We heard, it sounded like there was a rock concert going on.
Well, they have to be a little louder so the swimmers can hear them underwater.
Oh, my God. I'm telling you,
That's a good
Sabrina.
point, Sabrina.
They're
That's
all,
a very good point.
There's not a huge area by this pool, and they're doing their races, and they're all, okay, this person's next on the loudspeaker. And when they go out there, I mean, screaming, wild cheering. I didn't know it was such a wild ride watching some of these things.
It is, especially so like the most exciting races are the tight races, right? Okay, so here's the thing. If any parent or anybody who's been a swimmer is listening right now, so swim meets are
You
notoriously
just knocked
pretty
all
boring,
three of us
right?
out of this conversation.
So there's three events, usually 3 or 4 events that you're in. You can be a max of 4 events. And so, but when the races are tight, they're really fun to watch. And especially like the 50 free or the 100 free, like the sprinting races, sometimes those are really exciting. But for the most part, a swim meet is just like sitting around and waiting.
Yeah. But when they're going, they are, it was wild. What were you going to say to Sealand about his hibachi story, Amy?
Oh, I was just going to say that, when Colton was little, when he was a toddler, the first time we took him to a hibachi, like he was so freaked out by the onion volcano, he actually jumped out of his chair and hid under the bar. You know, you're like sitting in a bar. Like, around
What
the
a
table.
sweet
He was
boy.
so
How is he
freaked
with
out.
fire
It was
now?
hilarious. Yeah.
He's
What's
good
that?
with fire now.
Yeah.
After these years?
No, he's not like you do worry about that, like though, that they're gonna like become like obsessed, become like a little fire starter. Remember that movie
That was
back in the
me.
day was it Drew Barrymore?
I was obsessed with fire growing up.
You were?
Oh my gosh. Like
Did you burn anything down? Did you ever light anything on fire, Sabrina?
No, but boy, did I have so many close calls that my parents don't know about unless they're listening right now. Sorry. But yeah, as soon as like I got the ability to get a matchbook and was taught how to build a fire with Girl Scouts, I was like, what else can we light up?
You ever get that? Like, you ever watch something burning these days and go like, ooh, yeah, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
remember that
fine.
RV fire?
Yeah.
I dream
that was
about
you?
it. No.
I knew that was you,
That was not
son
me.
of a...
But if there's
Okay,
a junkyard,
just real quick, I
looking
have
for-
to mention it because every time we talk about swim meets, it makes me laugh. Have you guys seen? You guys know who that comedian is? I'm going to mess up the last name, Sabrina. So help me. Fortune, is it Femster?
Yes, Feinmeister. She's
Feinmeister.
Yeah, she's a Southern gal.
I love her. She's hilarious.
so
Okay, have you seen the skit she does about where she joins the swim team?
I have not. I've only seen like 1 or 2 of her things.
Oh, okay. I recognize this
Just
person.
look it up. We can't do it now, but look it up. It is one of the funniest routines
I'm
I
trying to
have
think
ever
of what it
seen.
was. And she's talking about like wasn't her like mortal enemy or nemesis back in the day was against her?
On the
or
swim
maybe,
team?
Yeah.
Well, the funniest part to me is her talking about the first time she put on her racing suit.
Oh, right. Okay, now I know what you're talking
about. Do you remember this, Sabrina?
Yes, I do. That's I think that's the extent of what
It
we
is
can
hilarious.
talk about it, but it's worth a watch for sure.
You got to watch it.
Well,
Trust me, it's worth it.
Amy, what is grabbing your attention on a Monday here? Lots of stuff
you
happening.
guys, well, so much. Listen, we're still very much in Charlie Kirk coverage, as I'm sure you guys are too. Just lots to talk about, and I think one of the biggest thing that impacts us here in Central Florida is Congressman Randy Fine putting out. I don't know if you guys saw this, but putting out a tweet or a post on X that he basically said that if you are aware of anyone who is working within the federal government that is celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk in an inappropriate way, that they want to be made aware of it. So Randy Fine represents part of Central Florida. He's specifically in the 6th district. But he's saying it doesn't have to be necessarily somebody locally. So I don't know. I just think it is certainly an interesting topic of conversation. If you guys are doing any, scanning of any social media, there are a lot of people who are in this camp and a lot of people arguing that it's your First Amendment right? That you can say whatever you want. You certainly can. But that does not, mean that your employer cannot fire you.
Right.
That is not part, that's not part of your protected right, the First Amendment.
Right. When all of a sudden the phone starts ringing at the office and there's like some people from online, God knows where, saying, this is what your employee said, blah, 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 blah. And they have a review bomb it turns into a huge thing that happens after these types of events.
Usually it happens in organically is the wrong way to put it, but amongst the internet users themselves. And now this is the fourth person in the show today that we've heard of any sort of leadership or authority figure that's like, if you see something, go ahead and tattle on them or let us know, give us the information. It's just such a weird dynamic. And John mentioned earlier, is this now becoming the vicious cycle? Well, the left did this, and now we're going to do it, and then the right
kind
will
of the
do
cancel
it,
culture.
and the left will do it.
That's what I think it's just like over and over and over. And then how do we pull out of that death spiral?
Right.
And I don't want to if some of the stuff that people are posting, I think they should be fired for. Like some of the stuff goes so far beyond the pale. Some of the stuff the teachers I saw posting in particular, some of it was really ridiculous. But if somebody just has criticism or is not praising a person enough.
Right. Yeah, there's a line. You're for sure, Sean. And I agree with you. I do think, if it's somebody who's in charge of a classroom, and I read one horrific story where the teacher actually showed elementary school children the actual assassination, the actual video. And I'm thinking, can you imagine if your child was in that class, how horrified you would? Because that was the first thing I asked Colton last week, and he's 14. He asked me, did I know about Charlie Kirk? And I said, yes. And I said, no, what do you know? And I wanted to know what he had heard. And he kind of told me. And then, it's that damned if you do, damned if you don't. I asked him if he had seen any video, praying that he hadn't.
There was no avoiding it.
And he said no.
Wow.
But here's the thing, as you guys know, and I didn't even see it intentionally. I was just scanning through X. Yeah. And there it was.
It was
I wasn't in any way seeking it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I think we're seeing in this is kind of interesting for me to watch, because a lot of people are just going, well, I'm just criticizing this person, or I'm just trying to tell people who this person really was. And it really brings back to me some moments after George Floyd was killed by the police, where afterwards there was a lot of people who were like, actually, George Floyd is a really bad person. Here's times that he was arrested for being violent to pregnant women. Here's a time when, he did this, he did this. And they're laying out all these things that were like, look who this person is. Look at the bad character, the tainted character of this person. And people who were watching the video of him dying and horrified were like, why on earth are you doing that right now? I think this is in many ways similar to that. I think people are just like, well, I'm just showing you the stuff that this guy said. It was like, yeah, but why? Why are you doing that right now? It's very, very similar to that in this case. I wish that everybody could just be like, okay, we sometimes people say stuff a little racier online. Sometimes people get a little too edgy, blah, blah, blah. We just all move on. But I don't see people agreeing on this anytime soon. I don't see.
No. I mean, we're so far apart on it, and you anything like this, right? And I don't know. It's just hard. I just think that.
Do they tell you at Fox? Have they said have they said, hey, you got to be careful about what you post out there? People are gonna screenshot every comment that you might make online.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a tough one. We're gonna be talking about this for a while. I think too. I don't know about you guys, but all in the same week, I watched the girl who was murdered, the Ukrainian girl who was murdered on the train in Charlotte, and then I saw the Charlie Kirk murder, and we're just not.
It hasn't stopped since January, man. I'm telling you.
No, I just feel like as human beings, we are not made to consume horror like that. It's one thing to watch a scary movie, right? And we know it's fake. It's a whole nother to watch someone be brutally murdered and die right in front of you
on a loop.
We're not made to do that. I have a girlfriend who I used to anchor with here at Fox 35 in Orlando, who now anchors in Salt Lake City. Her son goes to Utah Valley University. He was there. He witnessed Charlie Kirk's murder in person.
That's awful.
And I just think, she's very concerned about his mental health state because he saw it happen. We're not made to witness these things. And you think about these kids who have survived these, mass school shootings and the people who were there in Vegas when people were being shot. And it just goes on and on and on. We are just not made to do this.
The last victim of, or one of the casualties from the Annunciation Church shooting. One of the little girls. Just got out of the hospital.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is in so many of these stories, there's the repetition of red flags for various reasons. And this one and so many more, there was falling into a subculture, apparently, and getting radicalized. And in terms of what his family said, quickly, over the course of like a year, maybe a year and a half, radicalized on something. This weekend, they had revealed that one of the persons working closest with the police was his partner. I guess they were like dating, and it was the roommate of his that was this transgender person. And there was more info coming out like that he had been radicalized in some of these communities talking about this stuff. Yeah. People do not understand what is happening in Discords, Telegrams. Those are just two examples, but like there's lots of these like online groups where
and they have nothing to do with politics. It gets like there's no policy to it. It's just doom, gloom, annihilation.
Well, regulation.
It's not like Republican,
it's
Democrat.
Like Wild West.
It's like it's more and more and more extreme opinions, and no one is regulating you. Like there's nobody in your group that's like, whoa, what the hell? Everybody's just going more and more and more and more and more extreme. And then the eventuality is that somebody goes, yeah, this is how I feel, and then they end up doing something. So I don't know. It's tough to watch, and
it is tough.
It's going to be interesting in the next week or so here what we see. There's been a lot of different angles on this whole thing, but that's been something we've been talking about. What else is on your radar over there?
So we have another story this morning, and it kind of ties together with the Tyler Robinson arrest last week. So we had a 12 and a 13-year-old in Volusia County who were arrested this morning for going into an elementary school over the weekend, middle of the night, broke through a window or a glass door, and ransacked the media center, did about $50,000 of damage in the media center. So there were some surveillance pictures of these two young people that were released. And it ties into the Tyler Robinson story because it was their moms, their two mothers, that turned them in.
Wow.
They faced some very serious charges. A 12 and 13 years old. As you guys know, it was Tyler Robinson's dad that was the one who basically ultimately made sure that his son was arrested. So we were just having this whole conversation about the challenges as a parent, and having to make that phone call and seeing. Can you imagine you're watching the news and you see this picture and you're like, "That's my
Jackson.
kid." I was wondering where he was at 2 a.m. on Saturday.
Sabrina, did you guys see what the damage was in this? Here it is. This is the body cam footage. Oh my!
It's pretty bad.
So the Volusia County cops are going in with their guns.
Yeah, because they didn't know if they were still, whoever was still in there. It was a fire alarm that brought them to the school.
Everything is just in complete disarray. They've broken like all of the stuff in this room. And then they showed here they are. There's these, and Amy's right. Like they both have masks on in the photos where they got them, but they show them this, and then their parents are like, I know what you did. And you got to turn them in.
And that's the other thing too, Sean, $50,000 in damage. So not only, are these kids going to have a record. Now, as a juvenile, in most cases, your record is expunged. As long as you don't do anything else bad, your record will eventually be expunged and you can clear that. But can you imagine as a parent being like, and now you each owe us $25,000 each for all the damage they did at the school?
Yeah. I mean, look, I did dumb stuff in school too, but I don't think I ever.
$50K worth.
No, that's just really wilding out inside this school and causing a lot of damage for all involved. All right. Anything else out there? Do we need to know anything about this storm out there in the Atlantic? Are we going to get walloped?
Brooks, we just talked about this morning. Brooks says it's nothing to worry about. Did you guys hear that sonic boom last night?
I saw you post about this. I didn't.
Did all of you miss it?
I didn't.
You felt it?
No, was it bad?
Yep.
It was bad.
Was that from a launch, I imagine?
Yeah, so there was a resupply mission that went up yesterday, like around 6 o'clock, and I'm just in the house, like doing laundry, nothing special. All of a sudden, the whole house shakes. It's like boom, the whole house shakes, and I was like, what the? And I thought either somebody ran into the house with a car or somebody's gas grill blew up. I ran to the front door, went outside, looked around, I don't see anything, and then I was like, I bet there was.
Be honest with us.
Sure enough, I looked it up.
Did you
like,
utter a curse word?
I don't remember. I wish I had a camera in my house so I could see what, because I genuinely was what the heck was that? It was crazy. It was crazy.
Did everybody go outside? Because oh God, I love when that happens. Like in my neighborhood this weekend, somebody must have called an ambulance and a fire truck because there was a fire truck in front of my neighbor's house, my new neighbor across the street. And I go, Courtney, there's lights out there. There's a fire truck out front. She goes, what's going on? And we pop outside doing that thing where you pretend you're touching the hedges. You don't know what you're doing.
Watering your driveway.
Yeah,
Carl goes on all the walks when there's any sort of lights and hubbub happening.
And
suddenly gotta go to the bathroom.
when we go out, Sabrina, I look and like 3 or 4 of the neighbors are all doing the same thing.
What's happening, huh?
Everybody's just trying to get a look at what's going on out there. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. She's the best, and make sure you're following every single day with what Amy Coughel is up to. That's how you get informed on what's happening in the world. Amy Coughel from Fox 35.
See you soon.
There she is. Go follow. If you're here locally, watch Good Day Orlando every single morning with Amy and the crew. They are the best of the best of the best. That is an awesome way to get everything you need to get your day started. And then afterwards, make sure you're following on all social media platforms, Fox 35 and our friend Amy Coughel. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Love you guys. See you then.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. We got to talk about we'll talk a little bit more about these 2 kids, a 12 and 13-year-old, and a chef that's in big trouble for the most bizarre plan I've ever heard in my life. A lot more coming up on the show today, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is...
Hey, everybody.
Tip line number is 866-676-8477. Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo.
We're live behind the scenes. Welcome to Skull Night. I want to tell you, one thing I don't like with the Charlie Kirk edgelording is the fucking pussies, the cowards. You cowards out there. If you're going to do something, if you're going to be dumb, you better be tough. You better be brave. This guy, Bob Villain, who nobody cares about his music, basically just says offensive stuff on the stage. He says Charlie Kirk was a piece of S, rest in piss, like all kinds of other things. And then he makes a weepy little video, this pussy. Weepy little video. This man who's never been through anything tough in his entire life, I'm sure. Weepy little crying video where he's like, we did not celebrate his death. I don't know what they're talking about. It's side by side with him absolutely doing it. If you're gonna be crazy, at least have the balls to say, look, this is me. This is what I'm doing. At least have the balls to back it up. Not that Bob Dylan. No, Bob Villain. Bob Villain. Is the face shadow crazy? Because I changed the stuff a little bit. I changed the settings on this remote cam or the Skull Mic cam. Not Bob Vila. That's the home guy. He's the home builder guy. No. Bob Villain. As in bad guy. Villain. He was just like dancing on his grave, celebrating, so he could be an edgelord to these like, teenage kids in the audience who are like, hell yeah, F that guy, rest in piss. And then when somebody puts a spotlight on it and says, look what you're doing, it's like, oh no, I was, don't be so weak. Sean, it's awesome and on to hear you in the afternoon here in Fort Lauderdale on 92.3. 92.1? 92.1? But thank you, Vegas. Your son, Dylan, oh my goodness, what about him? You need a light shining at you under the cap but not too bright. I got some lights I can repurpose here a little bit, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. If I'm back here, I'm pretty well lit, you know what I mean? But then I'm further away from the room light. I am so the redheaded stepchild of fans. What? For what? What happened? Oh, you kept saying villain rhymes with Dylan. Oh, yeah, no. Completely unrelated to Dylan, my son. 2 minutes, we're coming back.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
I get that. I was trying to make you laugh. Swing and a miss. It's Shadow Song? Is it that bad? When you back up, the lighting is great? Okay, well, I'm just going to stay over here if you can hear me. 90 seconds. Why would you be talking about somebody being a pussy? I mean, you do the same thing on the radio. P.S. I don't know the guy you're talking about. How do I do the same thing on the radio? What have I backed down from? Name one thing that I have said that I have backed down from. That's what I'm talking about. If I say something, if I say it to you, I mean it. And if it causes me to get fired, if it causes the end of the show, if iHeart doesn't like it and wants me to apologize, I mean, if I really, really mean it, if it's if it's me and my view on the circumstance and I think it's right and fair and moral, I'm not going to back down from it. And I don't think you have a single example of me doing that. All right, I'll work on the lighting. Okay, I'll work on the lighting. Jeez, coming back.
iHeartRadio.
Fantasy advice and expert analysis.
We got you covered with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Games.
Got 'em.
Local stations bring you the action live.
There it is, recovered by the Steelers. The adrenaline is still pumping as we hit a Monday Night Football doubleheader. And we've got 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
Just open the iHeartRadio app and search NFL to dive in.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan. A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95 percenters. This
Great. You are an amazing person just for being around these parts. And if you miss any of the show, get the podcast. All the links you might need to subscribe on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcast are available at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we're going to hear from some of you here momentarily on the show and get your feedback in. I know there's a lot of people who have thoughts on various things that they're discussing. Somebody even said that thanks for the advice on the iHeartMedia stock. I jumped in when you did a few months back, and it shot up today. I'm telling you.
All right.
I'm telling you. It's not me being even a company man or anything. He sends over the chart of iHeart stock. I said, when I bought into iHeart stock, it was at like $1 or something. It was at like $1. And I said,
now it's almost $3?
Yeah. And I said, if iHeart sold off all of their assets, I think they would be worth more than this stock is valued at the moment. And so I said, I've got some faith here, and I put some money in it myself, and I've bought and sold a little bit. But I think there's even more potential in this. And that's just, again, that's not me being a company man. I ain't getting paid by anybody to say this. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. And it seemed like $1 was a real good deal there. Mike says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com about the Fox News guy who said we should give the hobos a lethal injection. I think he said involuntary lethal injection, which is that's it.
Well, many of the lethal injections are involuntary.
Yeah, that's what he's getting at. He says involuntary lethal injection. Isn't any lethal injection involuntary? I can't seem to recall anybody volunteering for one. Well, maybe for terminal patients, but that's very, very illegal, strangely enough. I think that he just made a mistake. He said something incredibly extreme, and he backed down from it. I don't know if he believes that or not. Maybe he does. Even I think that that's crazy. But there's a lot of talk about stuff like this. For instance, Courtney was telling me over the weekend that there's I got to find this story because I don't know what state it was in. But she was talking about how in one state, they now have, you can get surgical castration as a punishment. All right? Like
as a punishment for what?
As a punishment
Penis
for a
crime.
sexual crime
All
on
right.
somebody. And this is something a lot of people don't quite understand. So I don't want to be preachy, but I'll tell you quickly. In the world of sex crimes, if somebody is convicted of one and you hear like, oh, they're going to get castrated or chemically castrated. I know for one, I used to look at that or hear that and go, oh, somebody's being chemically castrated. Like they're putting chemicals on their genitals and making it so they are no longer sexually viable. That's what I thought. But chemical castration is a punishment where they just give you these pills that pull away any and all sex drive. Nothing actually physically changes with you. But in other states, they're now doing, Celine, see if you can find out what state that is. I'm sorry, I can't remember it off the top of my head. Surgical castration as a punishment. So, and then I was like, how could they do that? They're just going to tie the person down and cut off your testicles? Like, how do you forcibly do this? And then when I looked up the details on it, it said that the person, if they refuse to go for the procedure, they just get 3 years added to their sentence.
Okay.
And
It's
I'm like, oh,
Louisiana, and the law went into effect last August. So it's been
Okay.
a year. I don't know
How many of them said yes to the chemical castration?
I would imagine most of them are going to say no, right? Even if it's 3 years added to your sentence. I don't know, maybe somebody does it, but that seemed a little crazy to me.
It permits judges to order surgical castration, the removal of the testicles or ovaries as punishment for aggravated sex crimes against children under 13. A convicted offender can refuse the procedure, but will receive an additional 3 to 5 years in prison for failing to comply with the court order.
Does the ovaries thing work in the same way, or did they just toss that in there so they're not isolating a sex? You know what I mean? Like here's what I mean by that. If you take a person, like let's say I tie down C-Lane, if I tie down C-Lane and forcibly remove his testicles, it will remove almost all of the sex drive that he has, if not all of the sex drive. And that's why they're doing this, because they're saying if you don't have a sex drive, you're not going to be driven to doing the horrific things that you were accused or convicted of doing. If you do that with a woman, does that even function in the same way? I wouldn't think that if you removed your ovaries, like you would have zero sex drive.
No, you would still. I think there is definitely a risk of your sex drive changing, but I've only known the removal of ovaries and a hysterectomy, and that is counteracted by taking certain hormones to balance it all out. But I don't think it has the same effect as removing testicles.
This says it causes a sudden and permanent drop in estrogen and progesterone, the main hormones. It can, lower natural lubrication. Testosterone levels also follow. Changes in sexual desire. So there's at least some changes. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same level. Somebody who knows about this, if you're in the medical field and you know about that, do chime in, because I thought that was interesting to see this weekend.
So Louisiana's law, before that, a handful of other states had statutes that offered surgical castration as an alternative, but none allowed judges to impose it outright, to order it, right? So
the judge can be like,
I sentence you to,
cut off the berries.
Many more states, including California, Florida, Texas, and Louisiana itself, have laws allowing for the chemical version, which involves medication to reduce the sex drive.
Yeah. That was the more common one until now. Okay, real quickly, we already talked basically about the 12 and 13-year-old, $50,000 in damage at that school down in Florida. We talked about that with Amy. But I teased this California chef, a 62-year-old well-known Bay Area chef. Celine, you know Chef Valentino Luchin.
Ooh, it's not ringing a bell.
Chef Valentino, Luchin. This chef is now in trouble because he reportedly robbed 3 banks in a single day last week.
That's a spree.
Yeah, that is a spree. That is a spree for sure. He stopped doing the cooking at his restaurants and started doing the robbing at the banks in the Bay Area.
Just
and they
back to back.
I guess so, yeah. On September 10th, officers with the San Francisco Police Department responded to a robbery activation made at a bank on Grand Avenue after 12 p.m. Upon arrival, officers learned the male suspect entered the business and passed a note to an employee demanding money. The employee complied and then gave him U.S. currency. Then he went to another place and another place. He went to 3 banks doing this with the same style of robbery all in one day. Then they determined the suspect who did it was this famous chef, or at least they say, in the San Francisco area.
You know who's so excited for him to go to jail? The rest of the inmates.
Yeah, true. The ramen's about to get
toilet wine's going to be?
Oh, yeah. Everything's going to get stepped up a little bit. Honey bun creation is going to be out of control. It's going to be something else. Josh emails.
There was a YouTuber that did a bunch of prison recipes, I think. But when they're a YouTuber who, like, a part of his whole channel was making different things out of ramen and honey buns and, like, doing all these prison,
I've seen it,
concoctions.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
It's mostly gross. It's most of the stuff I see, and I'm like, well, I guess if you're behind bars for long enough, it gets good. Josh says, TMZ are lying bitches about this whole laughing at the Charlie Kirk shooting. What do you think? I think that's probably the same video that we went over last week where they said they were laughing at a car chase. That seems weird. And then they said it was definitely not them laughing about Charlie Kirk. I don't know that you'll ever find out what the truth is. You just have to, you've got your opinion. They're going to have what they say. We're never going to know. What are we going to do? We're going to start blaring that NASCAR national anthem by those little kids in their ears?
Please don't.
Playing that?
Please
and then they'll go,
don't.
no, please, I'll tell you the truth.
You mentioned last week that people were trying to get very sleuthy about this, but is there any way of really telling exactly what time they would have found out versus
some TikTok I saw went above and beyond. It was like, here's the timestamp, and here's the car chase, and here's that timestamp, and if, I don't know basic math. I'm like, okay.
Connecting all the dots.
Guess what? They were going to still have their job, or they would have been fired already.
You never know when somebody pauses a live feed and then has somehow time delayed it now. Like,
true.
There's no way of knowing that.
Well, there are people watching this YouTube live stream right now that are, minutes back that are not at the same time. Finally, Woodchuck emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I don't think it works the same as castration. I had a total hysterectomy 10 years ago. No hormones, still as horny as ever.
All right.
Says Woodchuck. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Finally, my friends, science is putting in the real work, and we're getting a futuristic cassette tape. Also, 525,600 minutes, and now someone is making a musical that may waste 90 of those minutes for future audiences. Plus, the Emmys apparently should rename the show to the Emmys. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Here's what Jack does. He takes the total amount, right? And then you pop that into AI and tell AI to generate a number, and that's the number we choose, right?
Yes,
Something
or
like that?
I tell you to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Yeah. Either way, it don't matter for sure.
Either way, it's still artificial intelligence.
Yeah, or none at all, young lady.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Commercials? Hell no.
Otherwise, we'll be seeing temperatures that are generally seasonable, high of 89 degrees in Orlando.
Hang tight.
We'll also see lower humidity. That will continue as we head to our Tuesday as well, before rain and storm chances do pick up as we head to the end of the week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
I changed it back to how it was.
Sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain and less throughout your day.
Did I fix the shadow issue? Shadow man issue? Better? Ish? I hope so. Everything is woke. They're all too woke because of Hollywood. It is funny to see all like the celebrities and how it doesn't even take that long to be in the Hollywood bubble to just completely make you think different, act different. You very quickly seem to lose connection with the average American. I don't know why. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's like everybody just blowing smoke up each other's asses. Maybe it's these hyper emotional people being in close quarters with each other and they just feed off of each other. But it does something to make you different. Meh, better but still a bit dark? Okay. I'll test it later. I don't want to put you guys through that. Let's see what we got, folks. Ah! What happened to my dumb cube? Oh, okay, good. All right, cool. Thank you. I thought there was something wrong. Sean, have you seen the Sung Won Chu drama? Bro complained that companies should do race-based casting for voice acting, but is now mad he only gets Asian roles sent to him. That's rich if true. Rich if true. 90 seconds. I'll tell you what I have seen. And I'm thinking about doing a video after the show on this. I don't know if anybody has gone down the rabbit hole yet. It's glorious. In Panama, there's this guy who claims that a meteor landed in his backyard. And so he went out and he got the meteor. And there was like this little thing on the ground. And whatever it was like moving around and getting bigger, and like it looks like this weird like tentacle-based creature, and it's getting larger and blacker, and it stinks. And this guy is basically thinking maybe alien life landed in Panama in his backyard, and now it's growing out of control at his house, and he's posting it on TikTok. Very likely a hoax. But it's really interesting, actually, and I think I might dive into that rabbit hole in a video.
In credit cards nationwide, you heard right, 99%. If you don't
Sounded
think
very
so,
exciting.
it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on
Here we go, folks.
2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
You don't think so? Maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
high diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Don't forget the roast, the Halloween roast of Sean Wasson. Tickets are on sale. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/roast. I think there's like 4 tickets in the main section left and a few along the back wall. And that's about it. There are not many left. So if you do want to go to this exclusive, amazing event, it's going to be one of the funniest nights, I think, in a long, long time.
I wrote a couple more jokes yesterday.
Oh, you got some good ones lined up?
But funny enough, the person that I wrote them for, I don't even know if we've confirmed yet.
Oh, well, you got to make sure your ammo is going at a target that's going to be there.
Getting stuff ready. The pool will be there.
thenewsjunkie.com/roast. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Whoa, I've been waiting. Woohoo.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's a website. That's where you get direct access to the legend himself, the expert, the friend, the man who's taking care of you and your family when it comes to big life decisions like refinancing or buying your first dream home. Maybe you're doing some debt consolidation, starting a business, or expanding the one you already have. Just work with someone who's got your back, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
A mere 76 years ago, 1949, this premiered on ABC TV. Hi, Silver. He's not
Lone Ranger. Zorro.
Lone,
Damn it.
Lone Ranger is correct. Away. And now, all these years later, we have sold an iconic piece of Lone Ranger memorabilia.
Oh, what would be the iconic Lone Ranger memorabilia?
Come on.
The little thing, the little mask thing.
No.
No? The gun?
No, that was
above.
Zorro's.
Yeah, you
His
picked
hat.
that, Zorro, the hat.
The hat, okay.
Yes. Hi-ho, Silver, a whole bunch of money. The Stetson hat worn by Clayton Moore during the promotional appearances as the Lone Ranger, sold at auction for just over how much money?
Oh, man, that's old, but I wouldn't even have known it. I thought it was Zorro. Yeah. I'm going to say...
I want to give you some info about it. All right. Iconic accessory. It's being noted as white beaver felt.
All right.
White beaver
made of real beaver?
Yep. And size 634 Stetson style. I don't know what that means. And it was sold on the first day of Prop Store's Los Angeles Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction.
Okay.
That's all the information I got for you.
I think it went for, it's a first day item. This is a big one. This is a big one. I think it went for $250,000.
Hi-ho.
I'm going to say 20 grand.
I know. It was just over $300,000.
Yeah. I finally got one.
Yes, you did. It was expected to go for somewhere around C Lane's guess, which was $8,000 and $16,000. So, congratulations to the new owner of that white beaver hat.
Now you have a really expensive hat.
Yeah.
There's definitely not white beavers, right?
What?
Like white beavers.
Google it.
It's a white. Don't they kill a beaver
There's
and then
albino
die?
beavers, I imagine.
Are there white? Okay, I'll look at it.
I mean, there's white tigers. There's white.
Now I'm Googling white beaver on a Monday.
Raccoons.
Oh, no way. There are white beavers.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Bite your
Absolutely.
tongue.
I'd never seen these things before. I was wrong about that. White beavers are out there. Okay.
They also had items that included at this auction Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 costume and Michael Keaton's Batman suit. That's the one without the nipples, right? Wasn't it George Clooney that had the nips? Or was it Michael Keaton?
I thought it was Ben Affleck that had the nips.
Kilmer might have had some nips.
I think everyone has nips.
Yeah, but
I got nipples, Greg.
Can you milk me? And then this was also the auction that had Darth Vader's lightsaber that went for a whopping $3.6 million. Now let's go to something that was... some people are asking for their money back, even though you could watch it for free. The Emmys, baby. Womp, 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 womp.
By the way, there is no white beaver. It's just an albino beaver.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it's. But I thought there was an actual breed that was white like that.
They did call it white beaver leather.
Also, the Batman suits with nipples appeared in the films Batman Forever, worn by Val Kilmer, and Batman and Robin, George Clooney.
All right, points.
Yeah.
For you and
for
I.
both of us, yeah.
Yeah, none for Sean.
Okay.
The Emmy Awards, 77th to be exact. They gave a boatload of awards to The Studio, Adolescence, and The Pit. That's pretty much it. There were some notable moments. We talked about in the opening of the show the really awkward, a lot of people are calling it stretched out bit of the Boys and Girls Club donations and then the takeaway of said donations if the speeches went too long. Whoever wrote this NPR article about the So-So Awards that they called the Emmys, they were not pleased with it whatsoever.
I think Variety...
over and over and over again.
I think Variety was kind of roasting Bargatze for his performance, and I didn't see, but till the end of the show, I didn't see his monologue or any of that stuff. But Bargatze's a pretty funny dude. I'd be surprised if he did a bad job.
There was also some interesting bad jobs. Severance's Tremel Tillman. I believe he was. You watched Severance, right?
Yeah.
Both of you guys did.
Yeah.
It was the dancing guy in charge, scary one. He won supporting actor in a drama series, and the presenter, Jason Bateman, didn't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, no. Adele.
The wickedly talented Adele does him. Later in the evening, Nathan here we go, pronouncing names. Bargatze.
Yeah, Bargatze.
Bargatze either forgot the name of the Gilmore Girls show altogether or thought it'd be funny to pretend to forget what it was called while introducing the tribute to the Gilmore Girls. Jeff Hiller.
Are the Gilmore Girls dead?
No, it's been so long that they
did a lot of throwback stuff. They did a Golden Girls thing too, I think. They sang the Golden Girls song. They had Reba McEntire out there. And
Come on, knock on my door.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I saw the Law and Order
Girls.
one with Ice-T and Esapatha Murkison. Yeah.
Mariska Hargitay?
Yes, her too.
Jeff Hiller accepts the award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series for Somebody Somewhere. And, of course, the big winners, like I mentioned before, The Studio, The Pit, and Adolescence. So, congratulations.
I think The Pit deserved it. That was a great show.
You know what I saw that was nominated for at least one or two things, but that I had forgotten about? Paradise. Paradise was had a couple of nominations,
that's right.
too.
But we're not getting another season until, what, 28?
I don't know. It takes so long for this stuff.
Also, did not know until last night. It blew Ashley's mind. She out of nowhere, she was scrolling through TikTok or whatever, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Huh?
What happened?"
That girl in the pit, one of the
they're
nurses.
all Nepo babies.
I didn't know she was. I didn't think she's a Nepo baby. I mean, she is Bryan Cranston's daughter, but
yeah.
I don't think. Oh yeah, no, I didn't know that.
There's a couple more of the actors in there that have either parents who are famous, or in the industry, or related to somebody like cousin or aunt or uncle. Yeah, great producers.
Good for Noah.
Good casting. And time runs out. But if you've got more of it, and I love this band very much. Did not know they had an online video game. Did you? The Gorillaz?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
They are set to relaunch Kong Studios as a video game. Or their video game that they released a long time ago and we had no idea. It's to celebrate the 25th anniversary. They took over London's Copper Box Arena, 4 special gigs, saw them play select albums in full, and then they had this House of Kong exhibit. And now available online, I guess, is Kong Studios video game. I'm not completely sure what you're supposed to do in it. You could go to Fortnite as well. They were on that.
It looks like they reopened the lobby for this game on September 10th, which it seems like it would have gotten overshadowed by other things.
So, yeah, with more to come very soon. And hopefully not in the bad news sense. So the original Virtual Kong Studios launched in 1998. Sean, how old were you in 98?
17 years old.
See, Lane?
I turned 12 that year.
And I was 8 years old. And we only had a Super Nintendo. All of us had to share. But they have ever-evolving website, unreleased demos, Easter eggs before it was shut down in 2008. Fans were very sad but very excited to hear that they are now relaunching it with no foreseeable shutdown in the future. Or maybe. On the Boob Tube, we have got, my friends, Monday Night Football, baby! The Texans and the Buccaneers, as well as the Chargers and the Raiders. 13th season premiere of Futurama. The 5th season premiere of Name That Tune. Series premiere of Celebrity Weakest Link. Yeah, all the Glee castmates will be alongside Jane Lynch because she is going to be hosting it. And Secrets of Celebrity Sex Tapes on A&E. Catch John Oliver on Kimmel. And you follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we have a lot to work in the final 2 hours of the show, so don't miss anything. We have to talk about some things that are apparently going wrong. Some things that are apparently going very, very wrong. And I thought that things couldn't get crazier with everything happening with the Charlie Kirk stuff in Utah. But there was a story about a TV station last night. I had to read this a couple of times to make sure it was real, and it is real. We'll talk about whether it was related or not, because this one's kind of crazy, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Week 2 of the NFL season has the Tampa Bay Bucks in Houston to play the Texans on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. tonight on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, and westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and south of the Turnpike as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
It's the final days of the summer sales event at Greenway Kia. Every new Kia is discounted.
Question for you, chat, and I know that there will be 0% of you that feels this way. 0% of you will agree to feeling this way. A new article from the Daily Dot talks about how about 65 to 70%, almost 7 out of 10, just short of 7 out of 10 of people in Gen Z are scared to refill their gas tanks. They have gas pump anxiety. All right? Gen Z, 65% of them are scared to pump their own gas. They call it refuel anxiety, gas pump anxiety. Is there one among you that is brave enough to admit they too have this gas anxiety? Cat Butthole says, I drive a Tesla, bub. Do you have recharge anxiety? That's an actual thing. That's an actual thing. Totally believe that. I have teens and they fear for their lives just ordering their own food at a restaurant. How do we make them tougher? How do we make them a little more rigid? This is pretty soft to be like, oh, I don't know if I want to go grab that pump, put it into the side of my vehicle, and watch Maria Menounos in 15-second increments here while the numbers roll by on the gas pump. How do we make them a little more tough? Gen Z scared to pump their own gas. I refuse to believe it. Have you seen the cost of living? Spending money in general is scary these days. I don't know if it's tied to like the cost of gas. I think it's more like the social element of it. Just like talking on a phone or doing a Zoom meeting is just crippling for some of these younger people. And I mean, there's probably a lot of reasons for that. Mike says, fake news, no way. I only have to get a little gas every 2 weeks, like $15. Like, I'm the gas guy. When we're driving Courtney's car, which we take her car more often than we take mine, and she needs gas, I let her sit in the driver's seat. I get out. I fill up the car with gas. We're done. I get back in the car and we go. The only thing I ever think about is shutting it off early because I'm annoyed at how slow the pump is. I'm usually just sitting there like, oh, Maria Menounos, I don't want any more tips from you, Maria Menounos. I don't want that Tank's good news guy to like pop on the screen and tell me about how he steals a whole bunch of posts from other people and put it on his Instagram. You know, I don't want any of these things. But I guess it's much worse for the Gen Z folks. I got gas today and the person before me was greasy. Maybe it was sweat. Maybe it was a Gen Zer just sweating it out because they had so much anxiety in them from pumping gas. I fill up my wife's car when she doesn't know every week. What does she think? She just has like a perpetual tank? How are those egg prices going? Coffee is up 24% from a year ago. I think egg prices are down, but I could be wrong. Can't they not pump their own gas in New Jersey? Yeah, there's always a couple of states. But maybe that's what they want. Maybe the Gen Z folks want somebody else in there. I judge men who let their women drive them around. That's weird, man. That's a weird take. I don't know if that's like a vestige of old boomer stuff, but if you think like a man sitting in the passenger seat while his girlfriend or fiance or wife or whatever drives the car is some like emasculating moment, that's weird, man. What if your Uber driver's a woman? Do you just say no? You say, no, I'm going to pass. Can't do it. Bitches be crazy. And I can't be a pussy letting a woman drive. That's weird, man. Why would I have to establish dominance when deciding who's going to drive the vehicle? Very weird. I'm Gen X. Oh, the generation that always gets forgot. Oh, here we go. We're coming back.
Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level. Your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level. Your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now. ReeseWindows.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. And iHeartRadio. radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to
World's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show and the 3 best friends you never knew you had going through the most viral stories of the day on thenewsjunkie.com. I refuse to believe this. I refuse to believe all the slander about the Gen Z kids out there. They just can't be this soft. It can't be true. Every headline I see. Now they said that there's a story from the Independent that looked at Gen Z and talked to 2,000 Gen Z kids, and that 65% of them are scared to pump their own gas.
But scared of what?
I refuse to believe this. I refuse to believe it. They're scared to just the act of pumping their own gas. Like it's like some sort of socialization, like being on a phone call or in like a Zoom meeting, and they have refuel anxiety, like when they're pumping the gas into their car. Which the only way I can relate to that is, I've told you guys many times, I know this is stupid, but I get so bored when I'm filling up my car and the little screen on the pump is yelling at me, and it's like, hey, sign up for the car wash club, and I'm Maria Menounos, and here's 3 tips. Like, all of these things, I get so bored, and it's not pumping fast enough for my liking. But I've never been like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared to get out there and pump my own gas right now.
It's so weird. Like growing up, it was like the kids fought over who was going to do it, which worked out great for my parents. Realizing now as an adult that it's not that exciting. But
right, no.
And going to get the mail. I used to write my mom's checks, when we had to do the donation during church.
I remember reading when I was getting my license that you couldn't pump the gas unless you were like 16 years old, and I was like,
look at me breaking the law.
And I was like, I definitely pumped a lot of gas as a kid because I thought it was fun.
I just never heard of somebody who would be like, I'm scared to do this. The symptoms of refueling,
something's going to spark up and cause catch fire.
That's this part right here. The symptoms of refueling anxiety include fearing they will select the wrong fuel.
Oh my god,
guys! There's not that many options. I don't believe this. There's no way that you're like, oh no, what if I hit 89? I was like, well, everything will be fine.
Oh my gosh, I saw this great prank. Girl rode on her boyfriend's motorcycle. He goes inside, and then she put the diesel pump in the tank. And the most self-control I've seen him, I can only imagine was going through my head. He's like, we can't even start this up right now. It's like, what do you mean? I just finished it up for you, babe. Just completely ruining the motorcycle. But that is the only thing that I could see maybe a Gen Z doing is putting diesel in the
But it's
car
only
back.
one thing. All you have to remember is, hey, what kind of gas does my car take? Okay, problem solved.
Wait, I thought there was one of those that you can't put in the other. Like you can't put unleaded in diesel or the other way around.
Yes,
but as far as the regular super premium, your car is not going to explode.
No, you'll be fine. But they said they have anxiety, refueling anxiety.
I don't think you guys know what I meant. I think you
meant the inverse works fine?
No, I think you physically can't get one of the pumps inside the little hole because it's a different
motorcycle.
size.
She's saying it's a motorcycle.
Right.
Yeah. So like where you spin the cap off. They fear they select the wrong fuel, park too far from the pump, or that the pump is unhygienic. And Gen Z, I get you. Like the parking too far from the pump thing, I've done it before. And then you got the pump and you're trying to
get back in your car and you reposition.
I mean, other generations have had to go through things like war and poverty.
But apparently they, in all this fear, had enough time to answer the damn survey. I mean, come on.
I think it's because there was such a change in socialization for these younger folks. They went through a lot of stuff. You know, the pandemic rocked a lot of these kids, and then they weren't forced to like communicate with people and interact with people as much. So some of them don't seem to be on board with this stuff, but I can't believe that 65% of Gen Zers are scared to pump their own gas. Gen Zers, stand up for yourselves. Fight back, all right?
We're afraid to stand.
Send us a dispatch if you're not, and let us know how you feel about this over at thenewsjunkie.com. Celine, I think you had said at one point in time that you guys had one of those nice strollers for little Jackson, for little baby Jackson.
It's a pretty nice stroller. He doesn't use it very often because now he just, if you put him in it, he wants out.
He just wants to wander around.
So I have to either load it with food for him or some sort of distraction like the little tablet or something.
They can get expensive, though, those strollers. Yeah. They can be pretty expensive. And there was one that was unveiled this week, which I don't understand why people do this. But have you ever heard of, sounds weird. Have you ever heard of Egg? Egg? It's a company for really rich people. Egg?
No.
EGG, and then the little mark by it. But Aston Martin has partnered with this luxury company called Egg, and they are launching a luxury baby stroller that is $2,800. $2,800.
Does it stroll itself?
It should. Hang on, let me see. Let's see if it actually even looks good.
No, I can see. I don't know. $2,800 is so much money.
That's a lot.
There's the very expensive strollers though, but that grow with the baby. You know, where it's like it's the car seat when they're an infant, can hold up their own neck, but then it can turn into the one that they sit in. And by the time they're like toddlers, they can ride in the back. You know what I'm saying? So it's lasting you for quite some time. The investment is there instead of having to get a new pair of shoes every 2 months.
Like ours had a bassinet attachment that we got rid of when he was too big for it, but then we turned it into the stroller attachment.
Right.
What's this look like to you, Celine? Just looks pretty regular? I mean, it's just...
it looks like a bassinet.
Yeah. Okay, so it's an Aston Martin stroller. It's just... People have so much money to waste. Courtney gets me all the time with these different rich stores and the stuff that they're selling and just how insane it is.
Also, the lighting for this product is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's high end. Hang on, Sue. Let's stay away from this for just a second here. But to spend that much money on something like that is just absolutely
does it have
unhinged
surround speakers? Some sort of GPS.
All right. According to Egg's website, the Aston Martin stroller will be sold as a package that includes a stroller, a carry cot. I have not used.
Is that when you like take it off and then you can carry the part that the baby stays in?
That's the bassinet. You're supposed to be able to walk around with it, but I never use it like that.
The whole point of the stroller is so you don't have to walk around with it. Go ahead.
A backpack and foot muff.
Foot muff.
Muff.
Rich people are dumb, man.
Yeah, foot muff. Designed by Aston Martin.
Something
also,
I did in college.
In the package is a reversible fleece seat liner, deluxe blanket, carry cot Sherpa topper, carry cot fitted sheets, rain covers, and multi-seat car adapters.
Don't hear where it's worth $2,800.
Yeah, I think the one that's like $400 probably does all of those things too. But rich people just got money burning a hole in their pockets, I guess. Courtney sends me stuff like this all the time, and she'll be on some website where it's like, high fashion stuff.
What is that?
This is some gown that she found. It's a gown that this woman is wearing, and it makes it look like there's a men's shirt pressed up against her body, this woman, and it says strapless illusion shirt gown, $7,250. I'm like, who is buying these things? Who buys the $2,500 stroller for your kid in this stupid outfit for $7,250?
Even the model is like, don't show my face. This is so stupid.
I would like to be separated from this, if you don't mind. It's just unhinged wastes of money, but maybe you swear by it. Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
The foot muff looks like almost like a sleep sack, but really padded for like super cold conditions. Something I would never need.
If it doesn't have like technology built into it, I mean, come on. It just seems like
for the price on that thing, there should be its own radio, like not a Bluetooth speaker. It should have its own radio.
What was that thing that you had for Jackson where it like busted out white noise and stuff and shut off when he was crying?
That was the snoo.
The snoo technology
that
should be built in.
rocked him.
That should be built into it all. All right, let's get to a couple of dispatches. We haven't done any of these just yet. You can join us on the show. Record your thoughts over on thenewsjunkie.com. Here's Mr. Omit. Hello.
Hey, News Junkies. This is O. Just out doing my deliveries and stuff. Hope y'all having a good day. To talk about sort of radicalization, I think the main concern is that there's too much of it happening.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of that happening right now. It's a little hard to hear your dispatch. Try, if this happens to you or anybody else like Mr. Omit, send a video dispatch instead. So it'll up the quality until I can get the developers to solve this issue. He's saying you have kids 9, 10, and 11 years old exposed to this kind of stuff with no one to talk to, nowhere to go other than just to have this fester. It's not good for the next generation of kids. Anyway, just food for thought. He says, have a good day. Bye. Let's try this one. Here's Wicked.
I think the right taking place in things that they normally hate, like cancel culture, just shows you how unhinged they were. I mean, if you didn't think they were unhinged before, did you see the reactions on TikTok and YouTube? I mean, even on Fox News itself, on these people after Mr. Kirk was assassinated, I mean, they were jumping to all kinds of conclusions, like it was some kind of trans person, or it was a black guy, or it was this, it was that. Like, they were jumping. You had people calling for the heads of Democrats. You had people calling for civil war. You had Proud Boys marching in Huntington Beach, California. They are unhinged. The right is just waiting for something to happen. They wanted it to be a black guy. They wanted it to be a gay guy, so they could fit their narrative, and they could do whatever they want to do. Unhinged, man. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you, Wicked. Appreciate the dispatch. What are your thoughts? Let us know. Send your dispatch over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. I mean, it was crazy watching all of the news over the weekend. One thing I did a video on was all of a sudden, out of nowhere, on Saturday morning, actually late Friday into Saturday morning, there was this whole effort online to say, oh, actually, it was a Republican. It was a Republican who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. And people were cobbling together little pieces of what they thought were evidence. So like, well, look, his parents are Republicans, which is really weird. Like, do any of you have different politics than your parents? Everybody just has, come on, of course, yeah. So his parents are Republicans, yeah. Then they were saying he donated money to Trump, which it wasn't true. It was somebody with the same name who had donated some money to Trump. Then they were saying, look, he's doing this pose like Pepe the Frog. So he's an alt-right groyper, meaning he's like a follower of Nicolas Fuentes. There was just like this real grasping at straws to say, like, actually, he's a right-wing guy, which it just doesn't make sense when you find out that he's shooting a right-wing guy.
I saw Groyper a lot, and that is a terrible name for a group of people.
Groyper?
It looks so much like Groper.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And that was all nonsense. That was all not true, not accurate. And instead of like, you could wait until you actually get the info if you want to, or you could just like, use your brain a little bit.
Oh, the conspiracy theories coming out too, or it's like, he wasn't actually the shooter. Check this out. Super blurry, slowed down, pixelated. Can't really tell what's going on. The shooter was here, and these are hand signals, and blah, blah, blah. Even, who was it? Candace Owens. Truth hasn't been put out yet. I mean, it's just... It is so quick, the turnaround of conspiracy theories.
There was a lot of people talking about, one of the theories was that Israel killed him because he had turned on Israel. And that you may have seen the discussion about like some private plane left the area. Yeah. And they're like, well, it was doing this and the Israelis were moving him around. It's all just very bizarre stuff. And one of the things that is the true and bad in many ways, reality of the moment is people can post whatever they want online. People are motivated by all sorts of stuff. Money, clicks, views, comments, attention, mental illness, deranged politics, a million other things to post just totally unhinged stuff online. And you can never regulate it. You will never get it done in a way where you can properly fact check everything. It's just constantly now a cesspool.
No one's checking anything either. I mean, some people do, but there is a good majority of people that will see it and take it as the truth.
A lot of people did.
That's it.
I had people emailing me over the weekend. I had like 3 people, I think, who emailed and said, well, what do you think about this now that this shooter, it turns out, was a right-wing person, and that's why he killed Charlie Kirk? And I'm like, damn, this is working on a lot of people. Like, a lot of people believed this and bought into this. And then you can show them, you can show a lot of people like, hey, well, hey, here's the truth. Here's what's actually happened. Here's why this is not true. Here's why this is not true. Here's evidence to the contrary. And then they'll just go, what about this other shiny thing? What about the plane? What about the private jet? What about this? What about the doppelganger? What about this? What about that one? Just on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. Because in all reality, people don't really care much about the truth. They just want to hear their feelings reverberated back to them, unfortunately. Okay, let me talk about this real quick, and then we'll get to a break here. But authorities in Utah, where this all went down, by the way, the Charlie Kirk shooting went down, it says authorities in Utah say 2 men have been arrested on suspicion of placing a bomb under a news media vehicle in Salt Lake City, right? I saw this. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
There's a Fox affiliate, too.
Yeah, the Fox affiliate in Salt Lake City, KUTV, I guess. Hang on, let me go to their local story about this. Maybe they have a report we can hit into. Actually, I want to hear more about these guys and why they would have done this and what was happening. But these 2 guys were accused of lighting a live bomb under this Fox TV vehicle in Salt Lake City, Utah. And then they went back to their house and they found all sorts of stuff at these guys' house. We'll get into this report when we come back. That'll get us all set up for jury duty. We'll get some more of your feedback and a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Yeah, you got to get them a rampon.
Anyway.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride is a safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Right now, a slowdown, but not due to an incident. Orange Avenue northbound approaching Michigan. You're going to...
Hey! Hey! Big thanks! Big thanks to Cat Butthole for the 3 gifted subs. Yes! Cat Butthole, thank you for the 3 gifted subs. Whoa. Is it hot out there? It's nice. This is the Duke's Mayo song.
I know.
Cat Butthole just gifted 3 Secret Shows subscriptions.
That's
Oh, that's great, huh? Go grab them. Claim them now on the website. You're sweaty.
Thanks.
Well, that's what happens when you go out there and run. Did you run?
Yeah. It's like I had a cheat code with these new shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so riddle me this.
Uh-huh.
I get new shoes every 6 months for $140.
Okay.
Or you pay over $100 every month for a gym membership.
What's the difference?
I'm working out both ways.
No, but...
I'm saving you money.
I'm not arguing any of that. All I'm saying is I feel like the shoes are still good after
No,
6
they're not,
months.
baby. They're so different.
How come mine aren't bad?
Because you don't run.
I run
I
sometimes.
just went 6.2 miles.
I'm going to go 62 miles.
Okay, good. Do it.
They look sharp, though.
Thank you.
They were real comfortable?
Yeah. I was like Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Uh-huh.
No rings? No? Nobody hit you and all the things come out? All right. God bless. Cat Butthole, thank you for the 3 gifted subs. You can grab one of those and get a free month of Secret Shows over on the website. Do it now, thenewsjunkie.com. Shots fired, Sean. You don't run? She's going to act like she's putting more wear and tear on her shoes, and that's why she needs new ones. And she's right about that. But I'm telling you, I looked at the tread on these shoes, and they still looked good to me. To my eyes, to these amateur eyes, the tread on the bottom of the shoes still looked like... I would have thought you still got 2-3 more years out of those things. Let's see a push-up. What do I look like to you? It's gonna dance monkey dance moment? No. Tell her to buy them from NordstromsDirect.com and she can just change them in every 6 months or get brand new ones for free. It's not the tread, it's the inside of the shoe. It's the sole. The foam breaks down? Maybe. I'm sure. She says there's a difference. I'm sure she's lightning fast out there.
Is it cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy.
Project Aries says, yeah, if they haven't mentioned the trans, furry boyfriend, girlfriend the shooter had, then they are part of the problem.
Sinus issues that are often left untreated.
I don't know what I'm missing in that conversation.
And find a solution that actually works at Aspire
It's
Allergy and Sinus.
very clear, and it was quite clear to me from the beginning what the motivations were likely going to be. What I said right after, within an hour of Charlie Kirk being killed, I said there are two issues that have people so inflamed that they would assassinate somebody right now. Those two issues are Palestine and transgender rights issues. And when you say that there's a trans genocide going on, or you say there's a genocide going on in Gaza, it licenses people to take that and run with it, to say that, anything done to stop this is somehow justified. You can justify Hamas doing all sorts of god-awful, inhuman things. You could justify somebody shooting a person for debating on a college campus. You could justify anything. So right off the jump, I knew it was almost 100% in one of those two categories. And here we are. Okay, we're coming back. Let's see what happened with this bomb underneath a news vehicle.
To try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different.
Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game.
What was that? Oh my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Apparently tried to put a bomb underneath a news vehicle in Utah, and then they traced them back to their houses, and there was some stuff there. We'll get into what went down. Is it related to the Charlie Kirk stuff? All of that on the way. I did have a huge distraction this weekend, and I don't think this is probably on either one of your radars, but have you seen anything about this guy in Panama with the meteorite at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. There's a guy. I'll just tell you briefly because it was enthralling to me all weekend long. Let me see. I can even bring it up here on the show. There's a guy on TikTok who has been going mega viral, right? Now, his TikTok for a long time was just sweet little videos of him and his dog. Like, here's an example.
Cuando te dicen, ay, tú en inglés sabes, 1, 2, 3.
So it's him with like a face filter and his dog.
That's a throwback, yeah.
Or it would be him.
A lot of dog stuff, I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of dog stuff. A lot of like him at some aquarium.
Cute.
Beautiful like travel stuff. And then all of a sudden, this dude, Kin is his name. And Ken said that a meteorite landed in his backyard, and he had this photo of the grass on fire as the meteorite was like burning in the grass. And then he found this little like rock in it. Okay, this was when there was a meteor, and like a meteor went through the sky. And he says he found this meteor, all right? And he brings it back home. Very much looks like a potato. I don't know if you can see this or not.
Or like that he melted a ball of aluminum foil.
It's polished
together.
You know.
This is what he found in the meteorite. And then all of a sudden, like it moves and it grows. Let me show you. I'll just give you guys an example real quick for those of you on the stream. Like it's getting out of control, and it's turned black and it stinks now. And
wait a second,
this is it now.
I'm sorry.
And so it's like a weird little creature that has come up out of this. He says that the meteorite has brought back some sort of alien life. And this little alien creature is
happening.
I'm telling you, it's a weird ride. I
was about to say, is it a Joe Dirt moment where he actually just picked up like that poop from planes? But what's that legs thing, man?
I don't know. It could be, but he keeps showing these videos. Here's another one, and you could see like there was a potato-looking thing at first, and then it turned into. Some of the scientists are saying it's like some sort of fungi.
Was it an egg?
It's kind of shaped like that, but look, it moves. It moves around.
That's kind of weird.
That's creepy.
I'm trying to knock it down as a crazy guy, but I ain't never seen nothing like that, Sean.
And the guy basically says, like, look, this came in on a meteorite.
Get it out of your house, dude.
The movies that start this way don't usually end great, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to suck onto his face and then have a baby in his belly.
I think Abraham Dragonfriend has a point. It's Venom. It's Venom from Spider-Man. Jeremy said the same thing.
Breathing right now.
So for those of you who can't see this, obviously, this is most of you. I'll put this up on CNN. I'll probably do a show. I'll probably do a video going down the rabbit hole of this later on so I can explain it. But basically, it was like a little potato-sized thing, and then a big blob, like Venom, like Celine saying, came out of it, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's moving around all weird, and it stinks. And he said he called the local university to send somebody over to look at it and tell him what it was scientifically, but nobody showed up.
I would not have that thing in my house.
No. It's weird, right? I don't know. People are saying he didn't eat it. No, I don't believe he ate it. He did touch it, which seems bad. He was like poking at it and stuff. But it gets weirder and weirder.
What's the latest? Like, has he posted today, or we haven't heard from him in days?
The latest is this. Look, it's
alien
now
invasion.
He's scared of it, so he's put it in a safe, and it's filled up the whole safe.
Okay. All right. This is not good, or some of the greatest marketing for an upcoming film that I've ever seen.
I said, all right, maybe it's a hoax. And what is this guy who lives in a pretty, his house isn't like the fanciest, richest house. It's a pretty modest house he lives in. Is this guy the greatest effects person since the Jurassic Park people? Or is it some movie advertisement? Or I don't know what's going on here, but it's very weird. I'll be doing a video later. So if you want to take a look at that, just when that posts on Facebook or YouTube, give it a watch. It's very, very strange. And that was my nice little distraction from all of the drama this weekend.
That's terrifying. How's that a nice distraction?
I thought it was...
nice distraction is like a funny video, you know?
And you know what it felt like to me, C-Lane, for a little while? I think during the pandemic, Don't Look Up came out, right? That was during the pandemic. And the point of the movie is, hey, there's a meteor coming to wipe out the Earth, and we have the experts who know all about this, and they go on television, and instead of it being like every other movie where they go, oh, man, we've all just resigned that this meteor is going to destroy Earth, everybody is like apathetic or doesn't believe or thinks that there's like it's a
how
promo.
Are we supposed to trust these experts?
And so and then of course the meteor comes in and blows everybody into oblivion. And I felt like if this is that with an alien, and this guy was just like, hey guys, I'm on my TikTok here, I'm just telling you about what's happening with my alien TikTok. And everyone's like, this guy's an idiot. He's crazy.
From
he's like,
Panama.
guys, I'm putting it in the safe. I'm scared of it now. It's just very, very
okay,
strange.
it's in my nostrils now.
All of a sudden, there's a giant safe evading Panama with like arms coming out of the sides,
and no one knows what the code is to get in.
Should we be worried? I don't know.
Watch he like posts, and it's like, "Hey guys, it was nothing to worry about," and you can just see that it's going through his ears. Like, it's guys, it's fine. Obviously, it was nothing happened. It's in my body and going to take over the world, and that would be exciting for me.
It's kind of scary. It is. It honestly is.
Are you scared? You're excited. I could hear it in your voice.
Well, there's only a couple options here. One, it's a hoax to get attention for him or for something.
I'm in.
Or two, it's real, and there's an alien that's come in riding along on a meteor, and now it's growing, and the guy's scared of it, and nobody's helping him out. So one of those two things is true. We'll find out which. Here's the story. Let's see. This is about the bomb.
2 men arrested after finding a bomb under a TV news vehicle in Magna. Investigators found that device. The bomb had been lit but malfunctioned. It did not detonate. Suspects identified as 58-year-old Adib Nasir and 31-year-old Adil Justice Ahmed Nasir. Court documents say police and bomb squads responded here.
The FBI tracked the 2 suspects to a Magna home near 2800 South and 8500 West. During a search warrant yesterday, authorities found hoax weapons of mass destruction.
What? Okay. They found hoax weapons of mass destruction? That's what they found. It had been lit, this bomb that he put under the Fox vehicle in Utah. It had been lit, but it didn't actually explode. It didn't go off.
Neighboring homes to evacuate. The 2 men were booked into the Salt Lake County Metro Jail and are accused of threat of terrorism and manufacturing or possessing a weapon of mass destruction.
So that's very, very, very interesting. Also,
what the hell street sign is this?
I'm with you.
Obviously, Advanced Image Concepts Avenue.
What is going on there?
Are the street signs in this neighborhood sponsored by websites?
Listen, someone's got to pay for the paving of the sidewalks.
I know I'm distracted by visual, folks, but this occurred on a street called advancedimageconcepts.com.
Oh, it says .com too.
Yeah, there's a .com over here. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the cross street now because now it's annoying me.
Yeah, no, there's another one over there.
All right,
so
there we go. Google
did this neighborhood go like, look, we need speed bumps, and nobody will pay for the speed bumps, and you guys don't want to tax, so we're going to sponsor all the streets in the neighborhood. We're going to turn this into advancedimageconcepts.com.
That doesn't even go to a website. Not found. 404.
It's weird. What's happening out there? What's going on today? It's all very, very, very strange. And this was this close to where the Charlie Kirk stuff was? This is. They found the suspects at the home. They found 2 devices that turned out to be hoax weapons of mass destruction.
It's about 45 minutes away from Utah Valley University.
Okay, so 45 minutes away from where the Charlie Kirk shooting was. And they're saying that the FBI was called in to lead the investigation. They found these 2 suspects, Middle Eastern names. During their operation, they found 2 devices that turned out to be hoax weapons of mass destruction. Officials said the men initially told them both devices were real. The home was evacuated and bomb squads worked to dispose of the devices. They found additional explosives-related components, firearms, illegal narcotics, and other paraphernalia. But for some reason, they were trying to blow up a Fox 13 news vehicle. It's very bizarre, that one as well. So we'll try to see what that is about, and what was going on there, and why their streets are named after websites.
I can't find it anywhere. Did it say Avenue or Boulevard?
No, the street sign says advancedimageconcepts.com right next to these people's home.
Which is not a website. Like, I tried going to it.
Yeah. It's that was another very, very curious thing that you'll find on the show here with us today. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll digest all of this.
Mondays, huh?
And we'll see what's happening when we come back, because we have to talk about the 4 things that Axios says is tearing America apart. Are they right about this? We'll talk about those things. We'll also talk about jury duty, because there's some big updates to get into, including everything on this Tyler Robinson guy that we know now. And is he cooperating with the police? That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
You never know just how you look through.
Visit the Raiders. UCF is getting set to welcome Bill Belichick's North Carolina team to the Bounce House that Saturday. Knights are coming off a bye week. They're 2-0. And Florida State gained 3 spots in the college football coaches poll. They're 9th, even though they didn't play this week, but they will take on Kent State Saturday. I'm Scott Davidson.
Fairwinds Credit Union. Whether you need personal or business accounts to help you reach your goals, they've got you covered. Visit fairwinds.org to join their community of financial freedom seekers today. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Folks, last night was a nightmare. As you may have heard at the beginning of the show, I lost power in my house for almost 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And you know what that means. Your air conditioner stops working. And I was reminded of the pain that you can feel when your AC stops working, when it breaks. I was reminded that if this wasn't a drill, and if this wasn't a power outage, I'd need to get on the bat phone with the awesome folks at Mills Air, because they would shoot me straight and they would get me back in business. Now, my nightmare ended after the power turned back on and I could feel that cool air all over me once more, because I got the Mills Air team on the case over here. Preventative maintenance, they got it. They'll help you out. They'll make sure that your AC is doing A-OK, despite how hard you've been running it this summer. And they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Leon Mills really has the absolute best team in town. There's no competition here. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. Can you believe it's already September, the year behind us, the fall in front of us? Kids are back.
Hello! Skull mic activated. You know, I'm watching all of the neighbors that have been interviewed. They've talked to many, many neighbors of Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter who killed Charlie Kirk. They've interviewed neighbors that have said that they saw him with his trans partner and that they worked with him, and he had ranted about Trump and Charlie Kirk and all these various things. His grandmother is saying, I can't believe this. Grandma's saying, I can't believe this. I just couldn't believe that he would do this. He was so shy and quiet. And I ask you this question. If you were arrested for some sort of crime, if you were arrested for some sort of shocking crime, what do you think your neighbors would say about you? Do you think your neighbors would say nice stuff about you, or do you think your neighbors would be like, oh, hell yeah, I knew he was going to blow up eventually. I knew this guy was going to freak out. You think your grandma would come to support you? What do you think the reaction would be if that happened to you and they asked everybody? The quiet ones are the worst? True. I went without AC for over 24 hours. All day Friday and half day Saturday. Called Mills Friday night. They came on Saturday afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the show. That's a great way to support the show. Thank you. I hope you're up and running. My neighbors would say I knew that guy was weird. I wonder what they would say. Because I'm friendly with my closest neighbors, but I have new neighbors down the street. There's a couple of guys that live down at the end of the street, and when I walk past them each day, I'm like a nice guy. I always be like, hey, hey, how you doing? I don't know if they listen to the show or something, and sometimes they'll just stare back at me. I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. And they're just staring back at me. So I don't know if you went down to the end of the street if they'd have good things to say about me. Why don't you have a generator yet, Sean? I don't think I need it. I don't think I need one. My neighbors would definitely say that the guy that brought my mail every day, because my neighbors would definitely say that. Especially the guy that brought my mail every other day, because our mail carrier sucks. My neighbor on one side's a cop. She's weird. The other one is super MAGA. He's not allowed on my property. We do not talk. See which, you gotta be less political, okay? Let yourself enjoy this experience we call life. You have to loosen up. What do you never want to go out on a boat again for the rest of your life? You know Republicans own the boats, right? Democrats don't own the boats. So it's all Republicans out there on the boats. Don't you want to go on a boat sometime? Right? So it seems fun, refreshing. You might have to bridge the gap and talk to a Republican every now and then. You might have to get outside and just talk with some other people with some other ideas.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can get a quick and easy in about 15 minutes. Drive in today.
All right, here we go.
No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com.
To weekend getaways. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you can get a quick and easy oil change in about 15 minutes. Drive in today. No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Out there in the world of all things viral. Learn more about the show and go to the website to get all the podcast links and everything else you might want over at thenewsjunkie.com. Full roundup of all the latest on the Charlie Kirk arrest and Tyler Robinson in custody. Is he working with the cops? Is he helping out with the investigation? We'll go over that in just a moment. But I did want to share something real quick here and see what you guys thought about this. I saw this over the weekend, and I did want to save this. I hope I did. But remember we got somebody had emailed tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and they sent along that threat. There was a threat on a lot of campuses last week. And
we saw the one for UCF.
Mm-hmm. But I think they thought it wasn't credible, right?
Correct. Because, and then we saw, I think it was that Monday, that they still shut down a bunch of schools.
Yes. The threat was essentially because of the Ukrainian woman that was killed by the homeless man in North Carolina and was stabbed in the neck and killed by this guy. And it said, oh, I'm going to attack a bunch of black people on these campuses. And, there's a shooting happening today. Here's my manifesto, et cetera, et cetera. And this was blasted out to like all the colleges, right? Like all the colleges got this. And it was sent to, I think this was from UCF, the University of Central Florida. And one of the teachers had posted about this. Tell me what you think of this teacher's post. Should the teacher get heat for this post, or is this okay? The teacher, John, says, on today's reported threat, hi, everyone. And by the way, we knew pretty quickly that they had ascertained that this was not a viable threat, that there wasn't a real danger going on here, but that might be important to think of. Hi, everyone. I absolutely hate that I have to write this, but here we are. While this is probably too late, given that class starts in half an hour, I need to say something. I know that many of you are scared right now because there's an alleged threat against black students. So far, the threat hasn't been deemed credible. As such, can I ask that you still come to class, if for no other reason than a show of defiance? Are you going to let some racist psycho get in between you and your education? That's what that's about. It's not about actually killing black people. It's about making you afraid and keeping you from your future. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. you have a campus that genuinely cares for your safety. I know that the overwhelming majority of students and faculty have your back. We're all on high alert now. We have each other's back now. I hope to see you all in class in half an hour. And that's what was posted. And the people from the school, a lot of the folks on /UCF on Reddit were not fond of this guy's message. It says, threat to kill black people at UCF and professor expects us to still go. Genuinely F this dude, effing unbelievable for the teacher. I do think it's
what?
Like, first of all, if you give some students an excuse to not go to the class, they're probably not going to go to the class. But let's just say there was like some minute chance this could happen. It seems a little weird to be like, as a show of defiance when you show up to class today. It seems like
who are you defying?
I'm getting a vibe that this is the particular teacher. Like, this is just whatever class he teaches, or just the type of guy he is, that he's not putting the two things together. And it's just like, hey guys, we'll hang out and have a good time. Let's kill him with kindness.
Don't be afraid. Yeah, come on, guys. We gotta show him.
Just don't let it bother you.
Why not just? The thing is, he could have said this. He could have said like, "Hey, folks, I know you probably saw the threat out there today. Looks like our campus has deemed it not something that they're considering as an active threat on the campus. So the campus appears to be safe. Any of you who want to come to class today, I would love to see you. And we're going to get into the lesson plan here in about 30 minutes or so. We'll make sure everything is as safe as we possibly can here on campus." Okay. But the idea is like, hey, I know you're probably not thinking about coming to class, but as a show of defiance, it's like, I want you to stand up. And I don't know, it seems a little weird. But
when has actually showing up to class ever been an act of defiance?
Also, what's happening on this random day in class? Like, is this that important of a day in this classroom? What do I want to bet? Like, they're probably just doing some mundane assignment.
Did anybody say what class this person taught, or what does this teacher look like?
I don't want to say his last name because I don't know if this guy deserves any of this. But you could see it, right? Yeah. I don't know. I'll zoom in a little bit. So
I see it.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe you can see what the guy teaches. But he's over at UCF. It's the biggest school, I believe, in Florida. The biggest school.
One of the biggest schools in the U.S.
Yeah. So it's a huge campus of students. They were passing around this threat. It was fairly well known to people on campus that this threat was out there. The threat specifically mentioned black people on account of the black man that killed the white woman in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the whole thing was fake. And I knew it was fake just by glancing at it because there was a couple telltale signs, like the date was done in a European format. And this was somebody else trying to sow discord in the United States and trying to scare those kids from going to class. But I don't know if the teacher needed to like really push that hard. I would have been like, guys, all right, okay, make sure you don't miss your assignments. But today's the day. I understand. What do you think? Let us know. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Jury duty. Brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there trying to get your attention. Here's what I want you to do. Be smart. Tell yourself, your family, your friends, whoever you need to, that the right call is 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. Charlie Kirk assassin's alleged roommate / partner that he was in a romantic relationship with is, they said, fully cooperating with authorities.
Really?
Yeah. So, and this person said, and I this is speculation. I don't know, but I just wanted to toss this out there. This person said they are absolutely surprised, blown away, had no idea that their partner was going to do this, that the romantic partner was planning on shooting Charlie Kirk. And the thing that stands out to me is this is the same person who said that the Charlie Kirk assassin was messaging them, hey, the gun is here at this drop point. Here's where the gun is hidden in the woods, almost as if they wanted them to assist in the aftermath of this, but you didn't have any clue. You weren't.
Did
you weren't
they respond
aware
back?
at all. I don't know about that or the other messages they're looking into. If I had to assume a couple of things, I would say if this person is being very, very cooperative, they also know full well that the FBI and investigators are going to see every message they send.
Of course.
Right? So if there was any message and they were like in on this, you're toast. Like, why even lie? Because you're not going to lie for that long. They're going to catch you in that if you're going to lie about that. So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't talk about this. That seems just so hard to believe.
Considering the investigation that's already happened, not what everyone else is doing outside of that. Has the FBI released any information? Like as far as motive, manifesto, online interactions, associations, anything.
They released a couple of
everyone
things.
else's speculation.
They released a couple of things over the weekend. The governor and the feds have confirmed that this guy had some big radical shift to like a leftist ideology. They said that he was in a Discord group, although Discord is kind of fighting back against this. And afterwards, people in the chat group were saying, "Whoa, you look just like this shooter," and he was making jokes and stuff, going like, "Oh, it's my doppelganger," you know. And saying, no, I think the person who did is actually in California. And there was like some communication going on afterwards with those people. They've released that. We still don't have like a big social media footprint from this person. But from all the things I've seen, it seems pretty clear that they were, radicalized.
And they were obsessed with Charlie Kirk.
They did not like Charlie Kirk because of his stance on trans issues. And they were with this person who also felt, I guess, similarly. And it just went all the way up to this point. But that person, they almost didn't want to release the information out there. They almost didn't want to say these things, these extra details, like that the person was trans and stuff, because they're being so helpful in the investigation. Like they're talking that much right now. Meanwhile, Tyler Robinson's grandmother says he's the shyest. And she says, I don't think he ever shot a gun in his life. My 22-year-old Tyler could have never done this, Grandma said. I only wish my grandma would come to my defense like that at some point. But I was asking the folks on School Mike, like, if like Sabrina, if you were arrested for some sort of violent crime or something, and they went around to all your neighbors and they were like, what, are you surprised? What do you think? Do you think any of your neighbors would be like, I'm not surprised at all. I figured she'd get arrested for something sooner or later.
Exactly who would say that. Come on.
I think
now
I feel
the
like
rest. Within a mile radius of my house, every other neighbor would have great things to say about me. But you know exactly who would say bad things.
I wonder if any of my neighbors would be like, oh, that guy, I don't trust him at all. This is a weird guy. Got some new neighbors, and I just haven't
My
had
neighbors
a lot of
would
combos.
refuse to believe it. They would
They'd be
refuse.
like, no way, C-Lane? No. He murdered 750 kids. That is just really, really hard to believe. But believe it,
gosh.
That's a lot of children, John.
It is. It took him a long time. He is not efficient at killing kids. When we come back, we will we'll get to the four ominous things that are tearing America apart. Is Axios right about this? We got more updates on everything that we've been talking about today, and your feedback as well, which is all coming in through the website. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Join Jack Angel and Ray Trendley from TK Law on the Bus. Details at realradio.fm/bus.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hoping your ride is a safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Right now, a slowdown, but not due to an incident. Orange Avenue northbound approaching Michigan. You're going to start to feel that right before Holden Avenue. 2 left lanes are blocked. Maitland Boulevard eastbound at Maitland Avenue. Give yourself a little extra time there or seek an alternate route. Beside that, just your usual delay on I-4 that's eastbound approaching State Road 535. We are clear east and westbound on the 408. Our Valvoline instant oil change. Traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Sunnyside drains.
My shower's clogged. I think it needs to be snaked.
A snake? Where?
No, a plumbing snake.
Is it near me?
I should have called Frank Gay.
I'm hiding under the desk for safety.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
For clogged drains in your home, trust our highly trained techs who aren't afraid of a little snake. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
My testosterone is back, baby, thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I got to tell you, when your testosterone's right, you feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. So this is a solution by calling Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a prescription, and it's prescription strength testosterone that you only can get from somebody like Red Mountain Weight Loss. And it's awesome talking to their people, and they make it super easy.
Hey everybody, welcome to Behind the Scenes. Skull mic activated. I hope your day's going well so far. If you haven't already, go to check out Secret Shows. Where can you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. TheNewsJunkie.com. There's a link from Nightbot.
You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com. It's the final days of the summer sales event at Greenway Kia. Every new Kia is discounted.
A lot of really unhinged people out there. Unhinged human beings. A lot of people that don't see the world, think about the world, or process the world like maybe you or I do. Or at least I hope. The FBI found DNA on the towel linking it to the dude? Yes. The towel and the gun, I believe. There was a DNA link. But don't worry about that, Arnott, because if anybody's already down the it's a conspiracy rabbit hole, like this is a right-wing conspiracy to clamp down on left-wing commentary online, if they're that far down the rabbit hole, they're just going to say that's fake too. It's all fake, everything's fake. Everything that doesn't agree with me is fake, everything that agrees with me is true. It's some people, not the majority. Some people that what? What do you mean? Some people that are saying, celebrating Charlie Kirk's death? Yeah, it's like maybe 10%. I usually go with 10%. It's like maybe 10% of people. But here's the thing. The internet does this. 10% of like your city, if the people are all scattered about, you don't have to deal with their insanity. Their like antisocial personality issues, their borderline personality disorder issues, their radical politics. You don't have to deal with any of that because they're all spread out everywhere. But on the internet, we all like clumped together. And people are always looking for the next thing to be horrified by. And so when we see that thing, that's only a small percentage, it gets just, signal boosted. This is fake right now? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? I know it ain't going away anytime soon. There's going to be a march up to the next week or so until there's going to be a big public memorial funeral for Charlie Kirk. There's going to be a lot. And there's something that a lot of politicians have said. All right? Hillary Clinton has famously said this. And she got a lot of heat for it. But a lot of politicians say this phrase: you never let a good tragedy go to waste. And when you have the American public captivated by something that makes them see you in a positive light and your opponents in a negative light, i.e., oh, this guy, Charlie Kirk, was literally going to debate to talk out the issues in the way that we're all supposed to on a college campus, and the people who didn't like him responded by blowing his throat up, assassinating him, killing him in front of 3,000 people. When you have that momentum, you have that tragedy, you can either just let it die down, we go on to the next story, or you can make the most of it and try to get your aims. What are you looking for? Revenge? What are you looking for? Sometimes in terms of legislation. So that's what you're going to see over the next week. They're not going to let this tragedy go to waste. Watson's hairline is fake? How dare you? How dare you?
Paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Are an amazing human being, except for you. You're not, but you are. And we want you around here each and every day in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. It's tearing America apart. It's tearing us apart, according to one of these viral stories making the rounds today. And they said these 4 things, oh God, 4 things here in this list. 4 ominous trends are tearing America apart.
Yay.
Number 1, with Charlie Kirk slang, we've witnessed more high-profile assassinations or assassination attempts in the past 14 months than at any point since 1968.
Interesting.
In 1968, that was when you lost Martin Luther King Jr. and then Robert F. Kennedy just 2 months later. So there was 2 assassinations in the 60s, right around that time, in a shorter window. So when you look at the assassination attempts in the past 14 months, you've got one where they almost took out Trump, hit him in his ear. Then you have the attempted assassination on Trump at the golf course.
They're counting that one?
That's in the list here. Then you had the killing of a Democratic Minnesota lawmaker. I think that was a couple that was killed. And then I totally forgot about this.
The one where they shot the dog or killed the dog instead?
Well, you had that arson attack on the Pennsylvania governor's house. Remember when that person like busted into his house and set the house on fire? They set the residence of the Pennsylvania governor on fire. And I don't know if that person was like legitimately motivated by, hey, you're on the opposing team and that's why I'm doing this. But those are the ones they're adding in here.
Was the governor home?
I think he might have been home at the time. We talked about it on the show. It went off like a bomb. Yeah, he recounts the arson attack. An arsonist set fire to the governor's residence while he and his family were asleep. Yeah, Suspect was arrested earlier this month. He told police he would have beaten Shapiro with a hammer if he encountered him. And that kind of has echoes of the Nancy Pelosi, Paul Pelosi husband stuff. So number 2, they said that this is pulling America apart. School shootings, including one near Denver about the same time of the Kirk shooting, continues to surge. And they say number 3, calls for violence and civil war are spreading across social media, amplifying the worst of humanity as Americans demonize each other for their political beliefs. And number 4, an unprecedented online hunt is underway on conservative social media to name, shame, and contact the employers of people who mocked or celebrated Kirk's slang. I don't know if I would agree it's unprecedented. I think it's just what happens now. I think it's dumb. I think some people should be fired for the things that they post. If they like really, really go beyond the pale, like the teachers in particular, that's bad.
What do you think about doctors?
It depends on what they say. I mean, if a doctor is like openly celebrating the death of a person that they disagree with, I would never go to that doctor. Right. I would never go to that doctor because I would think, well, what if this doctor is ideologically opposed to me? Are they going to treat me the way that they should be? Are they going to do their job the right way? Are they going to give me advice because they don't like what I believe that does harm to me? I wouldn't trust that person. But I think it's like there's a line, and if they're like openly celebrating and mocking it, then I think some of these people, like, you might have it coming. But if it's somebody who's just going like, actually, I'm not mourning Charlie Kirk. I think he was bad because of this. I think that's fine. I don't think you should be policing that. I think that, if the same thing happened, like if Nancy Pelosi was shot tomorrow, it would be horrific.
Mm-hmm.
It would be horrific. But if somebody was like, hey, sucks that somebody shot Nancy Pelosi, don't think she should be
when her
shot.
husband got attacked by the hammer, there was plenty of people that were.
Yeah, there was people that were he didn't die, thankfully, but there was plenty of people that were mocking that were attacking him and through her. All of these things. It is certainly something that happens on both sides. There's no doubt about that at all.
The reason I asked about doctors is because there's this story out of New Jersey right now where this woman was telling her story about being at the nurse's station when they found out that Charlie Kirk had passed from his injuries, right?
Uh-huh.
And she said, oh, my God, that's terrible. I love him. And the surgeon she worked with was like, I hate Charlie Kirk. He had it coming. He deserved it.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're a doctor. How could you say someone deserved to die? And so she complained about it to management, but also on social media when she got home, and they suspended her. So
really?
Yes.
So private practice.
She has been suspended without pay for calling out the doctor who cheered Charlie Kirk's death.
That's weird. Why her? Why just for like ratting out a fellow employee or?
It's something like that. I'm sure that the social media post had something to do with it. The following day, she was pulled into a meeting with hospital brass and suspended without pay pending a probe. A union rep also suggested she start looking for another job.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a little bit more to the story.
Maybe. I don't know. That seems weird. Again, like if they have a job where, somebody can decide to hire and fire, and they can decide to fire you if they think that you're bringing unwanted attention for your political opinions, you're going to get sunk every once in a while. That's the risk of getting out there and putting out controversial opinions. That's how it happens.
Start a podcast.
Yeah, they'll start your own business. Start your own business. Be your own boss. It makes you a little more bulletproof in this stuff. But
choice words.
Also, the idea that you should just be able to be like, Charlie Kirk is a monster. Here are like 4 way out of context quotes for him. I'm so glad the shooter killed him. Like, people are literally doing that. There was somebody I saw yesterday just desperate for attention, so I'm not going to play it. But they're like, let's not stop here. Let's keep going and kill his widow and their kids.
Jeez.
And it's like, that person should obviously be excised from the social world, right? Like,
ridiculous. But then they post stuff like that with no problem, because they have either the excitement that people are going to be looking, and just the views are going to have them putting a lot more stuff on the internet. 2, don't understand consequences for your actions. It seems like a lot of people don't these days.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll keep going because it's become so popular now with the conspiracy theories, the hard leaning to the right or the left. Now we have like someone that is probably going to be getting a good paycheck for their database, so you can report anyone who's speaking ill of Charlie Kirk. Like, this is where we're at now, or is it going to die down eventually? Until something else happens, right?
Yeah, we'll be distracted by something else within a couple of weeks, probably.
No, you do have to say.
how the cycle has been going.
I got a little bit distracted. And this is, I mean, everyone has different ways of grieving.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't wrap my head around the social media grieving. Did you see Charlie's widow's post?
Oh, which I saw one where she was like touching on him in the coffin.
That's just so 2025, I guess.
I don't get
But I always
that.
think about the fly on the wall, like that angle where you're on top of the open casket of your recently deceased husband with your phone.
Well, who was taking that
narrating it.
video? I saw only a short clip of the video of her at the casket. Who was taking that? Was it her?
I saw the one where it's her point of view. And
I have no idea. Yeah.
But it was odd.
I briefly saw something where it was like her kissing him and like touching his body in the coffin. And I thought, as I do often on stories like this, that's not something I would do, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's something that would be weird for somebody who just watched their husband's throat get blown off. So, yeah. Well, there's a lot more on the way, so this will probably be reverberating out there for the next, I don't know, a little bit. There's still all these events are going on. Like during the LSU game, I think they had a moment of reflection. A lot of the sports games talked about this.
A moment of reflection following the murders of Charlie Kirk and Orm Utah, Arenas Arunska and Charlotte.
They talk about the school shooting too.
In our community.
They said we condemn all violence in our community. It's
Are they
interesting.
cheering or booing?
They sound like they were cheering to me because they were talking about Charlie Kirk shooting, then the woman that was killed in North Carolina, and then the school shooting that happened as well. And it sounded to me like cheering.
A moment of reflection following the murders of Charlie Kirk and Orm Utah, Arenas Arunska and Charlotte. In our community.
So it seems a little strange that there will be so many of these like arenas and stuff, sports venues that would do this, but that's what's happening right now. This is a big deal. And whether or not
it's their elephant in the room moment. Like, are we going to? Are we not going to?
There's a big case being made. The case is the other guys, my opponents, the other political people. They're constantly defending criminals. They're constantly doing policies that lead to X, Y, and Z. They're constantly doing this. And that's why we have the outcome that we had in Utah with Charlie Kirk. And then people look at the video, see the horrific video, and then it changes minds. I think that absolutely is something that's happened here. And then there's also just a very normie reaction of seeing people celebrate somebody being killed. And that is never going to work with just like general public audiences. People are not going to like that. But everybody's trying to get a piece of it. Then you had Ted Cruz, who somebody spray painted F Charlie Kirk, and Ted Cruz went up there himself and painted over it. Okay.
Okay, then paint over it without making a video of yourself doing it. How about that?
Just got the paint roller rolling over this thing. Not the same color, by the way.
Yeah.
We should have got a matching paint here. But, everybody's like trying to get in on this to whatever extent that they possibly can. Including the interesting thing was the Utah governor, who's kind of been at the center of a lot of this. He and Charlie Kirk didn't even really get on that well. Like they weren't super friendly with each other. They were at odds on a lot of stuff in terms of like policies and politics. And now Spencer Cox is like, best buds. And afterwards you see a lot of that happening. One more thing real quick, because it's worth working this in. Somebody sent this along. It came in from Nate on Sunday night, and Nate was watching the big sports game, and he happened to catch a moment here. Let me see if I can bring this up, C-Lane. Here we go. This is what he saw, and you tell me if you can see what's going on here. This was the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Cincinnati. All right, game on. There it goes. Oh. Just very hard to see right here, right by the referee. Another green sex toy tossed out.
Pick another color for the football games. That's why they get missed.
Are you sure that's what that was and not a flag on the field?
That's what this person said. Where's
bouncing.
the flag coming from? It's bouncing.
Oh,
yeah.
true.
Oh, there we
Comes
go.
from out of the stands.
Got it.
I've traced it back to the audience.
That's got some buoyancy.
And it bounced and then almost hit the ref. This thing was coming in like a missile,
Dilled
man.
on the field. Dilled on the field.
Find the person with that arm. It was really, really a good toss, but another green sex toy tossed onto the sporting field, as they say in the world of football. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's time for you to get your comments in. A lot of people have thoughts. If you do, get yours in right now, and you could be on the show next. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. That is coming up next on The News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. It says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
You know, we had some really good news from Amy Coughel this morning saying that this stuff that's going on, this activity in the tropics, is not really a threat to us here in Central Florida, but we are moving into the busier part of hurricane season, and when the right storm hits and the power goes down, don't be sitting in the dark like your neighbors waiting for the grid to come back. Get that solar system and battery backup from Solar Installers of Florida, and then after the storm goes away, your lights stay on, the fridge stays cold, the AC's pumping, your family is safe and comfortable while your neighbors are waiting for the utility company to come and hook the electricity back up. You call Solar Installers of Florida. They'll give you a quote. They'll design a solar system built for Florida homes, complete with battery storage, meaning lower bills all year long and reliable backup power when storms roll through the neighborhood. Others will be waiting for the lineman. Your home keeps running. Don't wait until another storm is on the radar. Call Solar Installers of Florida today, 407-777-5050. Tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. You'll save an additional $500 off that bill, 407-777-5050, or visit solarinstallersofflorida.com.
The ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening this Friday and Saturday.
live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
This Friday and Saturday night, starting at 10:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
My testosterone is back, baby, thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I got to tell you, when your testosterone's right, you feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. So this is a solution by calling Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a prescription, and it's prescription strength testosterone that you only can get from somebody like Red Mountain Weight Loss. And it's awesome talking to their people, and they make it super easy. So if you're losing testosterone and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to give them a call. I did. I'm so glad that I did. It's a Red Mountain Weight Loss. To book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today, just get online, get real testosterone from real doctors with real great results. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com, or just dial pound 250 on your phone and say the keyword Red Mountain. It's Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Big down payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I says to myself, self, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lands. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some other dealer.
Why?
They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4 grand.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands.
With only one dime down.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
In DeLand, just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage, NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
BJ's Wholesale Club has always been proud to offer great prices every day.
Wow, every day? Like even tomorrow?
Exactly. Tomorrow is included in every day.
And the next day?
And the day after, and the day after, and the day after. That's great prices every day on everything at BJ's, including 3-pound rotisserie chickens, just $4.99. Land O'Lakes White American Cheese, $5.49 a pound. Plus great prices every day on everything in the club. Join at bjs.com/join for savings every day.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Are you tired of cookie-cutter barbershops and sterile salons? At Hammer & Nails Grooming for Guys, they believe today's extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. Hammer & Nails offers premium grooming services in a space that's built for men. No pedicure fumes, no take-a-number chaos, just expert care, craft cocktails, large screen TVs that you control, and an atmosphere you can actually unwind in. Because when it comes to men's grooming, they don't cut corners. They redefine the whole experience. Hammer & Nails. Come as you are, leave as you want to be.
The NFL is off to a wild start.
Touchdown and a Lambeau leap.
And the new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Fantasy advice and expert analysis.
We got you covered with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Games.
Got 'em.
Local stations bring you the action live.
There it is, recovered by the Steelers.
The adrenaline is still pumping as we hit a Monday Night Football doubleheader. And we've got 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
Just open the iHeartRadio app and search NFL to dive in.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
To get my thoughts on it or to have us discuss something on the show, do that by emailing tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Also, if you want to be anonymous, put it on the top. Put that, I want to be anonymous, over to your email at tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Nicole says, Sean, Mr. the News Junkie, what do you do with all your printouts? Do you recycle? No. Right into the trash. Every one of these pieces of paper.
Oh, so many forests.
I've tried to streamline and do things different ways, but it just works better the old-fashioned way to print out a story, and that's my reminder that that's a thing that we could start talking about. I've been chronicling and sort of following something that I think to be interesting with the economy right now in a place where I think the fundamentals are still pretty strong. I think we have good potential down the road. But in the moment, people are absolutely looking for deals. They're looking for deals. And fast food, delivery services, all that stuff, that category had gotten fully out of control. Unhinged prices for, like in New York, you're going to get a Big Mac meal. It was $15, $18. It got out of hand. And I said, what you got to do is you have to get these fast food companies fighting for the value wars again. And it's happening.
Nice.
And McDonald's has popped out with some deals. Burger King is popping out with some deals. And some of these folks are you get like an entire meal for $5 or so now, that's getting back to prices where people are like, oh, okay, I can deal with that. One of the ones that I saw, and I said, what is this? Was Five Guys decided to do a value promotion.
Really? Because they're expensive.
Yeah, but I didn't know this. But from what I read, if this was true, this was like in a quick service industry magazine. From what I read, Five Guys has never done a value meal.
Right. I don't think they have.
I mean, they'll consider the value of, like, if you're ordering a regular fry, they're like, but it's so many fries where it's spilling over the cup.
No, but I mean, like, they don't go burger, fries, drink together, value combo for $6.99, $7.99. I guess they just don't do that.
Altered the price based on you ordering all three things, right? Is what you're getting at.
Yeah, and it is, as I think you said, Ciela, or Sabrina said, an incredibly expensive place if you go to Five Guys. And let's be real, there's usually some teenager behind the counter on the grill making these burgers. It's not some amazing piece of meat that they're cooking for you back there. It is incredibly expensive. And even Five Guys, I guess, has been flirting with this and has been launching like value meals on their side.
I guess they're testing it in a couple states, according to this post from 7 months ago. Texas, Illinois, and California, testing the $12.99.
Never do it in Florida.
Combo meal, which is a little burger, a little fry, and a 16-ounce drink.
Okay,
for $12.99?
So they're testing out a kids meal?
Yeah. That's a little fry, a little burger, and a little drink?
Let's see. Was just checking this up. Pretty sure I haven't seen anybody mention it. It's literally $12 or $12.99. I don't remember, but a little cheeseburger, little fries, and a drink. When just like 2 to 3 months ago, I would get just a burger and fries for like $20 something.
It's unhinged,
The
man.
whole thing was no, like, you didn't have to pay extra for toppings, right? Wasn't it whatever you wanted? Or am I
on a Five Guys burger?
Yeah.
I've been there a handful of times, and whatever. It's like the most whatever place.
I thought they had some premium toppings. Like, you know how when you get go to certain burger places, like the onions and the tomatoes are free, but an avocado slice would be like $1.50 or something.
Avocado's so expensive.
Eat Fresh Rocks on Twitch says the burger itself at Five Guys is almost $13. Why? Who is still paying for this? Like, it's not even a superb product, actually. I don't know if this is the case. I think this is right.
I'm surprised it's happening now because beef prices are on the up a little bit right now.
$13. The best burger in town, in my humble, not humble, ever, shouldn't be humble, opinion, is Gnarly Barley. Gnarly Barley's burgers, their smash burgers, are fantastic. They are very, very, very good. And in my opinion, it's one of the best, if not the best, in town. So tasty. I don't even know if theirs is much more expensive than that. So how do I justify this? That's why it's good to see them go to war with each other because, get the prices down a little bit here. Everybody's trying to get your attention. Taco Bell is throwing the Y2K menu at everybody. They got chili cheese burritos back. They got stuff for a lot cheaper than they usually do. Everybody's starting to fight for those cheaper prices.
I stopped at Wendy's this morning.
Yeah.
And they are still running those promotions with the Wednesday show from Netflix.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just finished that.
And so like the bag says like this meal is anything but happy and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Dreadful frosty.
But theming wise, on the marquee with the movable letters, it said misfortune awaits. And I was like, are they going to screw up my order? Is it misfortune awaits?
Yeah, it's a Wednesday thing. And it was delicious, was it not?
It just died, right? I think I had it at one point in time. It's just like they made a purple bun or something.
I did, I haven't had like a
It was like a purple frosty too, but all the other like the fry container is still Wednesday dark and purple.
I haven't had anything after breakfast at a Wendy's in quite some time, so I wouldn't know.
They're getting the deals back out there. McDonald's, I think we talked about last week, doing the breakfast sandwich, the hash brown and a coffee for I think $4.99. They're fighting a little bit. They're trying to get you back in the door, and good. That needed to happen. We had pretty crazy explosion in prices there for a while. So yeah, there you go. Keeping an eye on that as it unfolds among the people and the fast food places. Some information about ChatGPT, and this is kind of interesting that this has exploded in this way. When ChatGPT was released, it was about 80% male, 20% female, the user base. All right, people using ChatGPT, 80%, 8 out of 10 male users, 20% female user. Now that it's exploded in use, it's 50-50. So women are using ChatGPT the same amount as men are, and everybody's kind of finding like a use case that works for them to drive more people into using this. It says their economic report draws on a sampling of 1.5 million conversations from their roughly, this is crazy, ChatGPT's roughly 700 million weekly users. The questions people are asking are in these categories: practical guidance, information search, RIP Google search, and writing help. Those are the three categories: practical guidance, information search, and writing help. Coding and other specialized uses were far less common, and 2% or less were using ChatGPT as a companion or virtual therapist. So numbers are pretty low on that one. Real quick, let's go to a couple of emails because people are emailing the show, and let's see what we got here. Dan says, hey, here's the street view of that street sign from the story in Utah. He said, TLDR, it's a lawn decoration, not an actual street sign. Oh, good.
I feel like an
Because that
idiot
would have been
now.
really bad in that neighborhood if they had sponsored street signs. Brandy says, really basic question. Is the label homeless? This man, is the label, this is really hard to read, so please forgive me. Is the label homeless right for this guy in North Carolina? He had a home where his own family had him leave. The crime was not committed by the homeless. It's an issue with mental illness. People are weird about how they do many things in the homeless activism world. One is they like to change the wording every 5 seconds. Unhoused and houseless makes them feel better, as if they've fixed something or treated people with more respect. I use a homeless to refer to somebody who doesn't currently have, this is just shocking to hear, a home. All right. And
I've enjoyed saying transient.
The guy was he was kicked out of his house by his mother and his sister for being violent, so he didn't have a home. So he was, he's a homeless person.
I think the policing also shows up when somebody who's a part of one of these communities does commit a heinous crime, and they're like, oh, he's homeless, and now the rest of the homeless people are going to get blamed for bad stuff, and that's why people kind of like jump to judgment on that too. But I don't think we should be going out of our way to say that somebody is unhoused.
It doesn't solve anything. It's like actually try to come up with some new ideas that might reduce the amount of people living life in this status. Nobody in the world thinks that is a fair, fun, humane way for a person to live their life. So therefore, it's in my view, it's the moral thing to do to help that person out. and to get that person some sort of assistance. And a lot of times the need is more mental health or drug addiction and things like that these folks actually need. And in some cases, in my view, and I'm a little radicalized on this topic, but I think you need to forcefully to take some of these people off the streets and get them the help that they actually need.
Involuntary.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Sounds like there was a chance there.
I'm not saying involuntary lethal injection. All right, they'll leave that to the Fox News guy.
One word police situation, which has actually seemed to be successful in the past 5 to 10 years or so. I don't know exactly when the push was made to stop saying that a person committed suicide. They died by suicide, because committed has a negative connotation.
Yeah,
which is I always thought
like
that
one pretty solid commitment.
I get it. I get what they're doing. I just think the wordplay doesn't solve any problems. I'm here to solve problems or talk about solving problems, not to just change words and be like, look what we did today. Knock that off the list. All right, when we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show, where bad ideas go to get broadcast. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
We're gearing up for a pleasant start to our week across Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for our Monday, we'll be planning for a high of only 89 degrees, which is pretty close to normal, but the humidity levels are going to be manageable on the lower side even, with only a 20% chance of rain. We'll keep those lower chances of rain all the way through, say, tomorrow and maybe even into midweek before things do pick back up as we head to our Thursday and Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about good mayo. Duke's Mayo. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. If you want to find out how it works, that mortgage guy Dom will get you some numbers and explain the details. And the best part is, you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. Now, a reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So if that's you, get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry. But most importantly, work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey, summer's winding down and you're getting back to your normal routine. Think about this, man. Coming up soon in the holidays. You want to be healthy for the holidays.
Hello. Folks, thanks for being with us on a Monday. I want to ask you a couple of things on the way out. Number one, how'd you get so adorable? That's number one. Number one, how'd you get so adorable? Number two, number two is, would you mind liking the stream? That would be very helpful, and it doesn't take a lot of work on your part. And if it's easy for you when you're watching, if you just hit that like button, every single one of those likes helps us lift up in the algorithm and helps the channel out. And I hate to be asking, but number three, if you see my YouTube or Facebook videos, there's going to be one today. Give it a watch it all the way through, give it a like, give it a comment if you don't mind. Only if you like it, of course. And let me know what you think, okay? Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is a humdinger. 1 out of 10 is a dumb hanger. 10 out of 10, says Barbara. How nice is she? 1 out of 10, says Silent Coda. Unbelievable. Show is a rock solid 8. All right. 7.9 space potatoes out of 10. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's a lot of space potatoes. 9 out of 10. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to everybody for hanging out today and having a conversation. Thank you for being you. I'm going to go get Today I Learned. I'll be right back. Hang tight.
About upgrading your windows or patio doors, now's the perfect time with Renewal by Andersen. At Renewal by Andersen, their acclaimed impact replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed for energy efficiency by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round and reducing heating and cooling costs. And with their
all right.
glass option,
Who's our chatter of the day? Recommend who should be the chatter of the day.
Andersen windows are beautiful, durable, and energy efficient. What more could you ask for? Here's what Kathy had to say. Our windows look awesome. They did a great
Chatter of the day.
I recommend Renewal by Andersen. Right now, during their big logo event.
Oh, I know who is the chatter of the day. Cat Butthole on Twitch. Chatter of the day for gifting some subs, for gifting some Secret Show subscriptions. They said you couldn't do it. They said nobody will respect you with a name like Cat Butthole. They were wrong. They were damn wrong. I appreciate you. Great job, Cat Butthole. You are officially chatter of the day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Austin says, I knew they could do it. You spotted it from a mile away. Junkie, cock, leaky bathroom break? Bro, what in the hell does that mean? What in the hell? All right, 1 minute left, folks. Again, thank you for being here today. We'll be with you all week long, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. EST every day, right here hanging out with you on the stream.
At Raymond James Stadium on Sunday, September 28th.
So long, farewell.
Host the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles at Raymond James Stadium on Sunday, September 28th. Join Angel from the Monsters, Jack from the Jim Colbert Show, and Friendly Ray Trenley from TK Law as we take a bus courtesy of MCA Transportation all the way to Tampa for this epic NFL matchup. Lunch will be included thanks to Jersey Mike's. You can't buy these tickets. You can only win them. Get the details on our website on the different ways to win at realradio.fm/bus. Go Sports!
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now, anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
Squeaks, jerks, and rattles? Your garage door's crying for Everdoor. For just $49, they'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdoor for smooth service. Book at everdoor.com. Everdoor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
The cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you today, and we'll be back in the same spot tomorrow waiting for you to hang out once more. So do join us or learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Big thank you to Nick, the latest Secret Shows subscriber. Nick Nuzzo, love you, appreciate you. Unlock secret shows. Learn more about the uncensored bonus shows over on thenewsjunkie.com. Trump with an interesting idea that I have not heard floated around before. President Donald Trump has said companies and corporations should not be forced to report quarterly earnings any longer. and should switch to doing them twice a year, which I don't know if that's popular or not popular in the financial world, but most of the rise and fall, or a lot of the rise and fall in stocks, will happen on those quarterly earnings. And so there's a lot of pressure on the companies. And I guess the idea is that if you did them every 6 months instead of every, quarter, that would be somehow better. I hadn't seen that idea floated around there before. If you're in the financial world, give me your take on that. Tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, one last dispatch on the way out.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Still cannot believe that many people went and saw Downton Abbey at the movie theater. I don't know.
Maybe there were boobs in it or something.
I know that there's a fan base, but it's like when people tell me they like that. Is it called the British Baking Show or something?
Great British Bake Off?
The Great British Bake Off, Sealand. That's it. Whenever people tell me they watch that, I'm like, oh my God, it's like watching paint dry.
I think Ashley was into that when we first met.
It's so slow.
Somehow I looked past it.
It's like,
sweet lady.
It's not that it's bad or anything. It's just so slow and delicate. I don't know if I'm a fan. Final dispatch is going to be this one. Here is Millennial is talking about the dress code for the roast.
Hey, sorry. I know it sounds bad. It always sounds bad. I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, about the roast attire, it's a fancy pants place. Do I have to get fancy pants? It's pretty much Halloween, so are we doing costumes? I don't know. Sorry if you've already put this out there.
Fair question. Absolutely fair question. We'll talk about this tomorrow on the show. We'll talk about more details for the Halloween roast of Sean Wasson. Get your tickets at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. I think there's like a handful left before that's sold out, and that exclusive event is in your rear view if you wanted to go. But yeah, we'll talk about that on the show tomorrow. Promise you. That'll have to do it for today, I think. Right? Yeah, I mean, everything else is fine. They're talking about the funeral for Charlie Kirk, I guess, is September 21st. So that's 6 days from now. That's going to be home of the Arizona Cardinals, State Farm Stadium. Trump is going to be there. I don't know if it will be.
The funeral's at the stadium?
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Yeah. And it doesn't say what time it's going to be here. So I don't know if it'll be like during the show or what. But we'll see what happens with that. A TikTok deal has been allegedly reached with China, according to the Trump administration, maybe saving TikTok. We'll watch that one as well. And we'll get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, September 15th, 2025. Today I Learned this band right here. New Radicals. That's right. Yeah. The New Radicals. I wouldn't have got that. I know the song, but I never would have known the band name.
Envision the music video, but nothing. Bald guy, right?
I don't remember. I saw it not that long ago. The band New Radicals only released one studio album and disbanded in 1999. Why? They didn't like touring and they didn't like promotional stuff, and they just didn't like being in a band with each other. So they said that's it. They reunited briefly in 2024 to record 2 songs. One was Murder on the Dance Floor at the time.
Incorrect. Bald guy.
It is. The bald guy's the singer. Yeah. And finally, today I learned this band right here. The Killers? That's right. The Killers, indeed. The Killers song, Human. The chorus to this is, are we human or are we dancer? Because of a disparaging comment made by Hunter S. Thompson, the gonzo journalist, where he said, America was raising, quote, a generation of dancers. Bunch of soft people out there. And he said, are we human or are we dancer? That's the reference. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll